All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I am with Brandman Brandon Brian the Grizzly with his his
Empty
empty
shells.
shell. that's,
I'm still
crazy,
wrapping my mind around that.
yeah,
It's
right.
gonna be, dude. It's gonna be epic when I move into this room. I already kind of have it planned out. It's going to be so much stuff. I have stuff that's in so many containers. I count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30-gallon containers full of crap.
That's
And that's not including my comic books. That's a totally different thing. So
that's nuts, man.
when I can do that and put up all my paintings and stuff like that, oh, it's gonna be epic. I can't wait.
I know, man. I have all my paintings I want to put up. I can't wait to put them up. But like, well, you're gonna go into a room, right? Because like I just have concrete walls, so I can't really hang up stuff. But yeah, eventually when I redo the basement, I'm gonna like actual drywall and everything and hang up a bunch of the paintings I got.
Dude, I just want to be able to show all the stuff I actually have, because I just realized I wrote down all the things I had, like every Funko I have, every single thing I have them all written down, ready to go. It's 242 Funko Pops, and along with all the other action figures and all the other stuff I have. It's a lot. But I want you to be able to see them. Like it's so much, So I can't wait to be able to just show everybody all of it.
You should do, as you unpack it, try to record some stuff so you can get like like everything you got, like a little behind the scenes like shot.
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Once your room is made, do a little like room tour.
Dude, so, it's ridiculous how much I have. Like, because I finally got my Dr. Manhattan one, so I ordered it like 3 months ago, and I'm about to move in like 3 weeks, and I've been waiting for it to come in all this time. It finally came in today.
So you just leave it in the box.
I was like, all right, in the package. It's like, all right, it's good to go.
All right, let's see. So we got Ken Sparks. How is this? I don't know if it's Kenny Sparks. Okay, what is that early for this time? We got Ken Sparks in here. Low Key Cave, what's good, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Low Key, thanks for that shout out, man. That was really cool.
Yeah, man, thanks for the shout out.
I was checking it out. Yeah, anything like that helps out a lot, and I really appreciate you doing that for us.
Yeah. And anybody watching now, go check out Low Key Cave, man. You got so much stuff going out there, like music stuff, like just like what's going on right now. I know they did a whole thing with the Cat Williams, stuff. But yeah, you use like movies, TV shows, like a bunch of like fun stuff.
Music,
so,
I mean, he has good taste too. I gotta give it to you. You got good taste.
There you go. We got Jason. What's up, my guys? What's up, Jason?
What's going on, Jason?
And we got Ken said, I'm afraid to move because of all the boxes of books I'll have to carry. Yep.
So I carried up only 8 containers of boxes of stuff I have. All like my graphic novels and stuff like that. I carried it upstairs because I was gonna put those in the garage to go on my pod. It is so freaking heavy. I was like, what the hell am I doing? All these rocks. It's just
yeah, you got your girls' toys and then you got your toys.
We didn't pack up eating the girl stuff. I was like, yeah, no, this is important. And I labeled it, make sure everyone knows exactly what it is.
We're like, Dad's box, Dad's, right?
Right to Dad's office. This is going.
He goes, man, I missed the Funkos.
Dude, it'll be back. They'll be back better than ever. And I'm going to organize them like in sections. So like Star Trek: The Next Generation, and then I'll have like Star Wars, and then I have all the X-Men, and then Marvel superheroes. Like I could just organize DC superheroes. Like it's going to all be organized in that way.
That'd be nice. Because then, once it's organized, then it's easier to keep track of everything. Matt Film Show, what's up? He goes,
what's going on,
what's up, guys? How y'all feel? Are y'all doing? Pretty good, not too bad.
Just worried about you when you have stuff. I don't like it not being in my eyes. Like I want to be able to touch my stuff all the time.
I have all your stuff visible at all times. That's funny.
That's important. That's why I visit my comic books every so often. I just like Just to
Just
visit.
run your fingers through them. Yeah.
I'm here still. I'm still
Yeah.
here.
And Ken Sparks said, wow, I think I probably have less than 50 Funkos.
I have
Where am I at?
was in one container.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I'm at around 50 to 55, I think the last time I counted. I got a couple, but not that many more. But yeah, I'm somewhere around 55-ish. You know. So which is like, yeah, one of what, 6 containers for you?
No, I have 10 containers of Funkos. Yeah,
Just Funkos.
Just Funkos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching from my civilian account. Disconnected from my YouTube channel this week. Okay, taking a little break.
Very cool. Yeah, taking a break. I appreciate that. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I have 1,183. What's that?
TBBS.
TBBS. I'm gonna have to hire movers.
Oh yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, there's little graphic novels and stuff, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And movies. I mean, when you have movies like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's TPBS? Isn't that
paperbacks? All right, those are paperbacks.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trade paperbacks. Okay.
Trade paper. There you go. Yeah. Damn, that's a lot, my dude.
Yeah.
That is impressive. A lot. Yeah. Although you might be like kind of up there because all this is like mostly all of it, like everything behind me is all my girlfriends. And this is old. This is when we first moved in. There's more.
There's so much more stuff.
There's more. I like in the same room on the opposite wall of this wall, I had to put up another shelf just for more books. Like,
to be fair, Erica's a librarian.
Yeah. Yeah. It never ends, man. It never ends.
I'm counting right now. My Black Panther collection, I have 172.
Wow, that's a good collection.
That's a pretty good collection now.
Yeah,
I definitely don't have them all because I just ordered like 3 more. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have more Spider-Man than I have Black Panther. I found that out.
Oh, really?
Nice.
I gotta go through. I think I got probably close to 100 Wolverines, if not maybe a little bit more. And then I probably got. I know for sure I got over 100 Green Lanterns of all the Green Lanterns.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, yeah, those are the 2 I have the most of. Like I have all of the Blackest Night, all of Brightest Day runs.
I got both.
And then I got a bunch of other stuff before and after, a bunch of those like the old Origins, and then Wolverine. I got a few of them, but Wolverine Origins is my favorite storyline. Like where that's when he remembers everything. Like he gets all the memory back. You get Daken. We get his son Daken in that storyline, and it's so effing good. It's so effing good. But that's my favorite. The one where they kill him, like Wolverine, the Death of Wolverine, was kind of lame. I didn't like that. I did not like that.
I think I fell in love with X-Men first. So I have more uncanny X-Men than I care to even remember. From like when I started in 91, 92, I have so many of them, along with the little cards. So like at that time, you had the comics came with little like trading cards. So I have at least I don't know, like 50 trading cards to go with the comic books. It's crazy.
Yeah. All my X-Men ones, like a lot of my older comics, I lost or got rid of or gave it to somebody and shit like that. So there's a bunch of comics I had that I just lost. And some of them were like really good shit. Like really good shit. I go back and I think I'm like, I had that. Let's see, Cyberforce. Like I had the first 5 of the original Cyberforce. You know, where back in the day they were like, oh, it's cool, it's independent, a little image comic thing. And now it's like, oh yeah, those are like worth some money probably.
Hey,
I assume.
And that's exactly the reason why I don't let things out of my sight. Where all this stuff is going, and wherever I stay, that's where it stays. I need to know where it is at all time.
Yeah. So Matt Film Show brought this one. I'm gonna say this because we're gonna talk about this in probably in a second.
I was about to answer. I'm glad you said that because I was about to.
No, because we'll talk about it. I'll bring up a picture and stuff like that. Ken said I have all the
coats. Yeah, coats. Black
Panther. Yeah, he did a few Black Panther runs. Didn't he?
Coates has
Like
done
3 or 4.
hell of a
I
lot.
think he's gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Think about Coates, Priest, Hudlin. Those are probably the Holy Trinity, really. So I mean, I love all those runs. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, even Jungle Action, I love Jungle Action too. But there's a lot of good Black Panther things. So
Oh, my bad.
And then we'll never talk about He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah, no,
will not be mentioned here.
Yeah, they just erase that altogether. Well, hopefully the Eve Ewing finishes her. What you got? 15 comic contract right now, and then they'll decide to pick it up.
At any point in time, every 5, you can be canceled. So like right now, so she's 8, and when you look at the futures, so things you could pre-order right now, you only can pre-order the 10 right now. And here's what we were talking about yesterday on Chill's channel. The thing that scares me is Ultimate Black Panther comes out in April. The 10th Black Panther run that we have right now for Dr. Ewing comes out on March 20th. So there's not usually 2 Black Panther runs running at the same time, even though this is not the same one. But that has to be worrisome. And until we see 11 there on pre-order, I don't know. And it's a slow burn. She's taking her time getting to where we need to get to, and I'm worried because not a lot of people are ordering. It's the pre-orders that really matter the most to keep things going.
Yeah, that does suck. That sucks a lot if it gets canceled. I got to get caught up with it, but I think I was like the last one I read was about. My bad. The last one I read was like
probably 6 with
5
with Kivuma. Kivuma probably 6.
Yeah. So yeah. Ken said, were y'all introduced to superheroes through comics first or the 90s cartoon like X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman? That was my first introduction.
So
actually, it was comic for me, but what was for you, B?
Yeah, it was a combination of the two. For Spider-Man, it was definitely through the comics. X-Men, it was through. Actually, funny enough, it wasn't the 90s cartoon. It was Pride of the X-Men because
really?
Yeah, one of my neighbors had it on VHS. So I went into I went into the X-Men animated series on Fox thinking Wolverine was going to be an Australian dude who made like spontaneous purring noises.
What?
Yeah. You guys did see Pride of the X-Men, right?
Yes.
So you know what I'm talking about. How Wolverine was Australian and he would randomly make these weird purring. Go revisit Pride of the X-Men. You'll see what I'm talking about. Before he would say certain lines, he would make this weird like cat purring noise. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Batman obviously it was the first 2 Tim Burton movies,
which is awesome.
Yeah, and the Adam West series.
Yeah,
because he used to come on every night.
Yeah, everyone kind of loved that one. Huh. Yeah, the Pride of the X-Men. I was it only just one episode?
Yes.
It was just one. It was just a pilot episode.
Yeah, because I saw it the same way. Where I believe my uncle had recorded it from the TV on I was bootleg, but that was really the only way to rewatch it.
Bootleg one's VCR.
Yeah, exactly. It all was the same quality. But yeah, he had recorded it, and I think you missed like the first like minute or so because you can tell he's like it came on, so he was like rushing to record it. But Pride of X-Men was something that was yeah. And it's funny,
I've always had Black Panther ones, and I've had my X-Men comics first before I had the 92 series or then 97. Like before that, I always had my X-Men, so I knew X-Men from comic books and I knew Black Panther from comic books. But as far as Batman goes, Tim Burton was introduced me to all that, and then I started to get into the movies, and was a Mask of Phantasm was like 92 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so 93.
So like that's right after Tim Burton. That's why I was doing those things. So by that time I was hooked. So it was over. It was already over. I was going to the barbershop, and when I leave the barbershop, there was a comic book store on the way home, and I'll stop in there with my $1.25 and getting stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it for me was comics, just because my uncle, my grandfather were big into comics, just in nerdy shit back then. So I got a lot of things. Like we would go to like a Graham Cracker, and some other like little comic book stores and stuff like that, and yeah, just pick up random shit. So, but Wolverine was always one of my favorites, and Green Lantern was always one of my favorites, back then. So,
because it's not right now, huh?
I mean, still probably now. Those are still my two favorite characters. But yeah, but then once the cartoon came out, then it was like game over. Because I remember watching Pride of X-Men and then the original X-Men 93, whatever one it was. I remember watching that. He also my uncle recorded that too, because you were always like the pilot came out and then it would randomly replay the pilot, and he finally caught it. But yeah, but those the movies and the shows were like awesome. See what we got. As far as
Helen's
my favorite. Priest is my least favorite.
No, there's a least favorite, and it's not just Priest.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to talk about his name.
I always forget. I think I remember his name, but I try not to remember it on purpose. I don't even want to know. Jason said I have 3 Funkos. Here you go, man. You gotta get those numbers up, man.
3. Yeah, man. That means you're doing something right. That means you're not sitting there.
Wasting money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's how Dr. Ewing's run. She's good. I mean, I'm not fully caught up. I know Brian. We're on it, but
I'm super caught up and very. So she is one of those things that she's one of those writers that respects everyone who came before her, even the ones that don't deserve it. I don't want to talk about but she respects everybody. So like what they did to, I don't know if everyone knows what they did to T'Challa is that basically they ended the monarchy. They started a democratic system and a parliament, and they kind of kicked him out of his own country, so he was no longer king. He was no longer allowed in his country. So like all that stuff has happened during that run previous to this. So everyone's waiting for her to put T'Challa back in as the king, because that's, I mean, if you know T'Challa, that's almost synonymous with what he is. But she is definitely doing a slow burn. She's helping T'Challa find more about who he is himself. So it's interesting what she's doing, and she's expanding the world. And yeah, what'd you say, B?
It's kind of working for me, actually.
What she's done is good, but here's my issue. T'Challa has to be king. He's king, he's emperor. That is who he is. And for anyone who's read any of the run of the 270 some odd comics that have come out, that's what he has to be. To not have the respect for T'Challa is crazy, right? So it's obvious that she's taking the steps to get there. The question is, how long can you go without getting there?
Before getting there.
So, and my worry is that
fell out.
Yes, yeah, they
the previous run was it that was the previous run.
It sure was.
The dude who did it before just completely disrespected T'Challa as a character.
I hate him.
Completely disrespected. I mean, yeah, it was bad.
I hate him so much.
It was bad. Real quick, I know I saw Terrence in here. He says we'll stream together next year. Man, we'll stream together like soon, man.
No,
we can.
I will
figure
ready
something out.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Do it this year.
Yeah. What we got? Yumi, what's up? He goes, are y'all gonna watch the new Walking Dead show with Rick and how you pronounce the name? Machoni, right? Premiering next month, called the One Who Live.
I've seen the trailer.
I will not.
I saw the trailer. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's hard for me to say yes I am or not, because I just like watching crap. I'm watching the Orville all over again. I started back over from 1.
You got those 3 seasons.
I'm just very done with Walking Dead.
I am too, but after I watched most of the trailer. Rick was always the main character for me. So once they got rid of Rick, I'm like, all right, the show kind of sucks. Which, it's debatable for me. It wasn't working, but these two characters were interesting together. So I might check it out and see what's going on. The Daryl one, the Daryl Dixon, whatever the hell they're doing, is basically fucking The Last of Us. Like he has a kid and he has to deliver her. I was like, oh, he's in a video game that's like this. Like there's already a video game and another show like this. I was like, I really don't care about it. I heard it's okay, but this one it got me more interested. I might check it out and see where it goes, but I don't want to give it too much of my time, because if it winds up sucking, I don't want to be invested. But
something that I watched. Well, something I watched was Reacher, Jack Reacher. That season 2. If we could ever, finish that up, and it is interesting, very interesting. I could definitely talk about that for a while too. So if we ever get a chance to, review that, Now
I'm almost done with Ted. I got 2 more episodes with Ted. Brandon Davis he was not joking. That shit is funny, but it is also very offensive. Very dirty.
It is so hard. I watched 4 episodes and I'm like I find myself laughing, but not just because I'm almost ashamed of myself as I'm laughing. I'm like, I shouldn't be laughing at this.
What were you gonna say?
Well, that's Seth MacFarlane's humor for you, and that's his brand of humor for the first 2 Ted movies. So definitely expected more of that. And he didn't disappoint there. So I'm not even mad at it. I'd watch. I think like 1, maybe 2 more seasons would be enough for this show. But I ended up enjoying it. I got about like 2, maybe 3 more episodes to go. I have 1 more episode of Reacher to go, and
So that last one is a very good episode.
That's what I heard. I gotta catch up with that. I haven't even started season 2 yet, but I think now that's all out, I might just binge it all, just knock it all out. But the Ted is very offensive, very it's very funny. What's the dad? There you go. Scott Grimes. He's the dad in the show. He's also in the Orville, right?
Yep.
How was he married to Adriana?
I don't know.
They were married for like a year. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
How'd you let that get away from you, man? It's like, I guess they're still like good friends, though. They're like great friends. Like,
but I heard that she wasn't coming back because there's now talks of season 4 of Orville again.
That's the rumor.
And they're writing in that might be coming back, and she's done.
Is she?
Yeah, she said she's done. She's like, it's over. She said it's over for me.
Yeah.
Now maybe you just don't want to see your ex-husband every day.
No, she said they speak all the time. They still speak, and stuff. And but I think she was done because she said it was just
holding her life to hostage.
She was in she was on the Michael Rosenbaum podcast. And she was kind of talking about it, how it was just like very grueling because Seth MacFarlane loved that show so much that it had to be like perfect, and he had to write everything by himself. He had to direct everything. Everything had to be perfect. So it was like shoots would take so long, and it would be like irritating for a lot of the crew. You know what I mean? They're like, luckily she said like they all liked MacFarlane a lot, but at a certain point you're like, okay. You know what I mean? It's like,
let's be done.
The time we're putting into it isn't worth it, because obviously we're not getting anything out of it, because the show constantly talks about getting canceled.
Yeah, so it's a great show. It is great.
It's super great.
But I can see someone who, if it's a passion project, they're not letting it go.
Yeah. But when I read that they were married for a year, I was like, what? Like what? Dude, that's crazy. Oh man. And then see him in there, so I was like, yeah. So I'll probably skip around. She goes, I saw Spider-Man in the 90s show, and then knew about X-Men and the Evolution. X-Men Evolution was so underrated. It was such a good show.
It was.
It was so good. And I found out because of Secret Galaxy. Secret Galaxy just did a thing about X-Men Evolution. I didn't know Spike and Laura X-23 were both created specifically for that show. That's all that I did not know that. They were never in anything else.
X-23 was? Because I was just looking at X-23 Funko Pop and that one in the Venomized one.
The Venomized one, yeah. Which I was like, that's interesting. I guess they wanted the creator of the show or the showrunner wanted Spike because they're like, he flat out said like there is not enough like black characters in this like universe, so let's make one. So they made Spike, and then they needed a Wolverine, but they couldn't use actual Wolverine, because of the whole age thing. Like he's like always old and always the same age, so they made a younger female version of Wolverine, but one who remembers all the fucked up shit she did. Where Wolverine never remembered all the fucked up shit he did until Origins. But I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that though. I didn't know those two huge characters. More obviously, everyone loves X-23, but Spike, they redone him like 3-4 times already between other shows and comics and the movie. But I'm like, that's cool. I didn't know that.
A name like Spike.
Well, he was a ripoff of another character, which sucks because I mean, both of these characters were ripoffs of different characters. So
he was a ripoff of Marrow.
Yeah, Marrow.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of
Spike was such a product of like the late 90s, early 2000s. Skateboard. The bleach blonde, like almost Blade style haircut, flat top. That character took a minute to kind of grow on me.
I didn't like
but
it.
I think in later seasons I didn't mind him as much. The first season I found him like incredibly annoying. But X-Men Evolution was it stood on its own, but yeah, I really liked that one.
All right, I'll be right back real quick.
All right. So now I can go ahead and go through some of these comments if I can find out, because he was going so slow. All right. Pride of X-Men was so bad. I joined Magneto. I can't stand that one. I'll give the 90s one all day. All right.
Pride of the X-Men.
Hey, T was like, hey, hey guys, wanted to let you know my 2 strikes are gone now. I'm down to 2. Even though I shouldn't have any. YouTube took my channel. I got it back. They could remove me. All right, Kenny got this one. Rank the 90s superheroes intros. Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men. I know. I number one is for me.
The number one has to be X-Men. It just gets me so hyped, and then followed by Spider-Man, and then followed by Batman.
Wow. It makes me.
I don't
cereal.
I don't think you can't. I don't think you can't not say the 90s X-Men. There's just no topping it, at least for me. The Spider-Man one's super. They're all great. But yeah, if I had to rank them in order, it would be that.
Dude, this is number 2 for me. I don't know, man. Just every time I see it, I hear it, I feel it in my heart. Like, man, you feel the cape blowing in the wind, and he's looking into the Gotham. Dun, 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 dun. I'm a band person, so that's why I love this. Tank, you gotta turn your mic on.
Yeah, Danny Elfman knows how to make a great fucking song, man. People make fun of him all the time with some of the other things he's done, but he is a legend.
Yeah, that's one of the best things he's done. That show was the reason I was happy that I lived like a 5-minute walk away from school, and because I always made it home in time for Batman the Animated Series.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I was just in time too.
And he said they kicked T'Challa out. Yes, they did. They kicked him out. It's crazy. Dude, really sucks. Shouldn't say his name. Damn it.
That was bad.
Child should always be king, not some city made up son. Don't even get me. Don't open up that can. Let's keep it in the can.
Yeah.
I keep it cool.
Gonna go there.
I was out the moment Rick went swimming.
Mm.
The Negan arc lasted way too long. Anyway,
it did. Yeah. I was kind of already out with the governor arc, and then the Negan thing started. I'm like, okay, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I stopped caring.
Wish we would have got a Ted 3. I think the TV series
is too late.
Yeah, it's true. The show's great. I'm really enjoying the show a lot. I'm really enjoying the show a lot.
There you go.
Same.
At Spoiler Kings, they said the new Rick and Michonne show is going to be a limited series, and the first season is only 6 episodes. They want to close both of those stories, of their stories.
That's the way to do it.
Like they should have done seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. A long time ago. Like, what? Whatever. I want to get angry. Kelly Grayson in the Orville. I mean, I'll go. So I'm just saying, if I wasn't a Taken man, I'll go.
Yeah, she was Adriana Palicki. She was Wonder Woman for a pilot.
Yeah, in the pilot episode. Yeah.
I don't think the pilot ever.
You know who else she
was? Great as a Wonder Woman though. I was like, damn, that was like a pretty sick, because she's like a fit kind of like person. She did the G.I. Joe stuff too, but yeah, she like looked like a really good Wonder Woman.
You know who else she was, right? She was Sam's girlfriend in Supernatural. It all comes back to Supernatural, guys. It all comes back to Supernatural. Yeah, she was.
Really?
Like he was looking for when he came back to Dean, because he was in school. He came back to Dean because of her death.
Oh, that's what season like
one.
Holy shit!
She's the reason. Yeah.
Damn.
All comes back to Supernatural for me. X-Men Evolution was great. The last season was amazing and left on a cliffhanger before getting canceled. Yeah. And then he said Spike was Storm's nephew, if I remember correctly.
Yep, he was.
But yeah, that's something about right.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely go check out the. Hey, what's up? You get robbed.
No, just kidding. I know you moving. Yeah.
If Brian got robbed of all his Funko Pops, he'd be out there right now, like dressed up as Batman. Looking.
I was going to say. I'll be Batman, or I might be be Black Lightning. I'll have that going out trying to kick someone's butt right now. That's exactly what happened. Jefferson Pierce. That'll be me.
Nice.
He
says I'm okay with X-Men Evolution, but I prefer the '90s show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Same. There's the '90s show is definitely the gold standard. Me personally, I don't even like comparing the two, just because they're very much their own entities. I don't think it's fair to necessarily compare stuff like that, because there's no topping the OGX. Like it was perfection.
We just said that you hear the music and all of a sudden I get hungry for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I want a big bowl. I just want to sit there and just I could watch 3 hours without even blinking. I'm not even thinking about it.
Without even trying.
It was definitely Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Cocoa Krispies, one of the two.
Oh man, that's fun.
But yeah, X-Men Evolution. I liked that it didn't ride the coattails of the original and just kind of did its own thing, which I really liked.
Yeah.
The Matt Film Show says my favorite X-Men show was Wolverine and the X-Men.
That was a good one too. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna have to go back and revisit Wolverine and the X-Men, because that was kind of coming off the heels of the live action X-Men movies, which made me just freaking resent Wolverine. And I'm just sick of him being the main character.
Yeah, because they just did the love that he should have gotten. That everyone else should have Everyone is too much Wolverine. Which
The
Wolverine is
over love.
too much. Come on.
Yeah.
The rest of the ensemble was great, and they didn't give him anything.
Yeah.
I watched Sound of Freedom yesterday. Let me tell you, I want to stop what I'm doing and dedicate the rest of my life to finding pedophiles. Yeah, I got you.
Just watch reruns of the Catch Up Predator. Get your fix that
way. There you go.
X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman for me as well. All three of them. It's all about to go down vibes. Okay.
Yeah. Love the Spider-Man theme song. I think the guitarist from Aerosmith was involved with that one.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
So Batman the Animated Series intro is gold to me. They captured the Batman comics and lore in less than a minute. Not to mention the show they showcase fear in a way that's never been done in animation.
Very
that's
true.
Why it's number 2 to me. I know what you guys say about Spider-Man, and I like Spider-Man a lot. But I feel like that's so good. It's so good to me. It's close to X-Men, which is saying a lot.
And it's scary how well the Batman animated series in particular still holds up to this day.
It does.
Well, I got the DVD sets, which I've had like for years. I got like the entire Blu-ray set when it came out. I still watch it on Prime Video. It's on HBO Max, so you can take your pick of which way to watch it.
Yeah. I got them all on Vudu, so yeah. Randomly put
it's
on
crazy.
I need to do that. I have all these DVDs in Ultra Blu-ray and all this stuff, and I just haven't gone through it and put them on Vudu or put them on what's the other one that you have
Movies. Well, Movies Anywhere that sends it to every one that it could go to, which is cool. But
But I just think for me, most iconic DC animated intro is Justice League Unlimited. What a great intro!
Great one.
That's a good one. It's just like a clip show, which is awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
Ted 3 still may happen. Seth is figuring out some things, but the series is meant to hold humans over.
Yeah,
and he's doing too much. Seth is doing too much. He can't write all of it. He's too much of a perfectionist, and that's why things are always waiting for him. As we just said, he's talking about he's writing season 4 of the Orville. Everyone thought it was canceled. Everyone said, "Oh, I gave up hope." I gave up hope. I did personally because I love the Orville. And all of a sudden, all this in the last like 5 days is like, "Oh yeah, no, it's still happening, guys. It's still happening." So
hopefully, well, I know he gave up like writing. Like he's not the main writer for Family Guy anymore.
Yep.
No.
Like he's not the showrunner, quote unquote, anymore. So, which is kind of crazy, because like that's how you got big, really. That's baby.
Yeah, and that was his baby. Yeah.
Well, he was just talking about how the Orville is mirroring Family Guy because after 3 years, Family Guy was canceled, and it was a long hiatus, and then all of a sudden it came back up and came back with a vengeance. So maybe
we'll see. It all depends because the Adriana Palicki, she was saying it was too expensive. He goes, it was costing way too expensive, and it was taking too long to shoot, and the studio was like over it. Like, you can't spend this much money and take this long to shoot, and then when it comes out, like it doesn't get the ratings they expect. Like it gets good ratings, but not for the amount of money ratings.
It's getting a lot of replay, and that's why all of a sudden it's coming back. Like people are watching it more and more over and over.
Oh yeah.
If you want that sci-fi feel, that was perfect. Especially season 3. Season 3 changed a lot.
Yeah, it got way more serious. There wasn't that much jokes, like those little like goofy jokes like season 1 and 2 had. Like season 3 was all
season
serious.
3 was real about hey, this is Star Trek for real. I will never forget one of the best collabs I've seen in recent years. Supernatural Scooby-Doo. That episode was dope. I love it.
That was amazing.
Dude, come on, man. I do every episode of Supernatural. Come on. You know me.
Yeah.
Season 1 pilot episode, she was fried on the ceiling. That's an iconic moment. Sam and Dean are the truth. Terrence, I knew I liked you. I knew what it was because we here.
I'm sure you remember who the actress was. I completely forgot it was her.
Yeah, I remember all of them.
You watch them every day.
It's sad. No, I only watch it 6 days a week because on Friday something else comes on. Sword of Kings. Which version of the movie Night of the Living Dead do you like the most? The original from 68 or the remake from 90?
I'd have to revisit the one from 90. In fact, the 1968 version.
It still holds up.
It still holds up. I'd have to revisit the 1990 version.
Yeah, I watched the 68 one a few years ago for one of our Halloween things, and I wound up watching the remake. I don't think we ever made a video about it, but the original I think is just better. It's just something about it. It's being the first kind of zombie movie ever kind of to do that, and yeah, the 68 one is just
I think
great.
it's scary.
And like how it still holds up. It still holds up because it's like it's not just the monsters; it's also the people in the house with the panic and then it was just
good
really
point.
Good.
That is really good. Because I mean, honestly, it's scarier. It just really was.
Yeah, it was well done.
I'm jumping around, guys. So, from Marvel animated series, Spider-Man 90s intro, Spectacular Spider-Man, the OG Spider-Man, X-Men 90s, the Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes are amazing intros. All the 90s comic book intros were amazing because you knew you had to catch them early. You know, I don't care if we talking about VR Troopers or we talking about Power Rangers, like
VR Troopers.
We are VR. I was like, I still remember that stuff. Like, I mean, all of it. So.
All the 90s. Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad Beetleborgs. The guy Flabber looked like Jay Leno.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Too much Wolverine. What kind of blasphemous statement is that?
I don't know. Ask Bryan Singer.
The few things he was obsessed with, it was Wolverine and Superman's crotch in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
spent like 9 weeks to making sure it looked perfect, which is it's insane. And I'm not even exaggerating. I think it was legit like 9 weeks. Like,
yeah, I remember reading up on that.
Yeah.
Said the Two-Face two-parter from Batman the animated series is my favorite episodes.
That one was awesome. Wow. So many good episodes.
Yeah.
And you know which episode, like, I didn't appreciate this episode for obvious reasons as a kid, the I Am the Night episode where Batman's having the existential crisis. Where like he's talking about how like no one takes him seriously and how he's become a cliche and like people are making toys of him and stuff like that. He's asking himself if anything he's doing is really worth it. It's very like an introspective episode. Like as far as the character of Bruce goes, and I never appreciated the episode as a kid. But then when I went back to it, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with my comic book store runner, Johnny. And I was like, Johnny, what do you think about Batman? He's like, Batman is one of the coolest heroes ever, but he's a psychopath. I was like, look, I came on, told you he's a psychopath and a sociopath, and everyone tried to crucify me. And I'm telling you, read some of the comics. The dude is nuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a regular human who goes out night after night and just beats the hell out of mentally ill people.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. And it's always like the petty criminals and not like, the big criminal, but that's a whole nother discussion if we want to get into that.
Yeah.
But just how crazy it is I remember Brian didn't read Blackest Night. I'm like, you got to read it just for the Batman part. And once they get to the Batman part, like they bring back the Black Lantern Batman, but he's like crazy, and you find out why he's fucking bonkers is because like Darkseid tried making clones of Batman. Every time they made a clone, he would literally like kill himself or go crazy or gouge out his eyes because no no clone can handle all the crazy shit that's in Bruce Wayne's head
brain
like so quickly. It's like you made a clone and like here's like 20, 30 years of trauma that makes you crazy in a heartbeat, and they all go crazy. They all like legit like go nuts. So I just thought like that's good. You cannot clone Batman. You cannot clone Bruce Wayne because none of the clones can handle all that trauma all at once. Like without training, proper training.
That's why it's crazy, right?
Yeah, oh, he's a psychopath, 100%, man.
Yeah, and granted, I'm not trying to like take pot shots at Batman because anyone who saw their parents gun down in front of them as a child would pretty much lose their minds.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's not what.
It's not what.
Alfred is an enabler.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
not wrong. And Terrence said he's out.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
Terrence out, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for joining.
Let me get to some of our members real quick. Yeah, Batman's definitely batshit crazy. Yeah. What's up, Cleve?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, here you go.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
What up, fellas? Did you guys see the Book of Clarence? I did. Most definitely. Cannot wait to talk about it. I'm very interested in hearing what everyone else thinks about it too, because I had an argument with Chill yesterday. Well, it was a very civil one. Because he said that he feels like it was blasphemic and it was not a good movie to have. And I thought it was really cool to see Black people in Jerusalem during the time of Jesus. I understand that that's what they were all there. You are there because it's hard when you talk about culture, talk about history, when you talk about all the things. A lot of Black people believe, it started of that you started off in slavery. So slavery is your culture. Slavery is your past. That's all you come from. And the truth is, we're around from the beginning of time. So when in Egypt, they're there. In Jerusalem, they're there. So seeing yourself in those situations, just in itself, is huge. And I thought that was a great part of the movie. The other part of the movie I have is the whole blasphemous part. I have problems with some of the stuff he did and what they did, but overall, I enjoyed the movie. And to the point was I'm going to go see it again with my dad.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
So
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed it. But I could talk about a lot of specific things. I was actually in the theater typing on my phone like, I gotta talk about that, and we gotta talk about that. So I got a lot of notes, a lot of things to talk about. I want to hear everyone's opinions on it because I think everyone's opinions has merit. And even Chills when he was saying had merit. So I would love to hear what you guys think about it when we get a chance to.
Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, the last 2 Fridays I was supposed to go see it, so I'm for sure going this weekend to see it. So,
I gotta see it this week.
Yeah. Seth wires all of it. Yeah, one of her actress says it's only like 33 episodes because he wants to write everything. Yeah, or writes all of it. Yeah, that's what what's her name said, Adriana. Yeah, it's literally that's his new baby. Like he gets like a project. I feel like he's that kind of person, and then that's all he focuses on.
He dives right in.
Yeah. So, but for him, like someone like Ted is probably super easy though to do. Making dirty racist jokes is not hard, especially from a guy from Boston. So,
the same from Boston. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Beyond was that on Saturday mornings, kids. WB days, man. I'm telling you, I used to get a giant bag of cereal and just like in the bowl and milk and just sit there for like 2 hours and just, from 9 to 11, I'm doing that. Then I'll go outside for a little bit and then something coming back on at 3, and I'll be in by 3 to watch some more cartoons.
Like the whole day planned out.
That was every Saturday, man. I knew exactly what I'm doing.
Yep. So my favorite was the reboot for the Night of the Living Dead.
Reboot was awesome.
Okay. Well, not the show.
Was awesome on ABC.
Yeah, no, that was, but the reboot of the Night of the Living Dead. Yeah.
Oh,
that's what. But yeah, reboot was awesome. That was like peak technology at the time. Like,
yeah,
the reboot of Reboot was not good.
I'm trying to remember if I watched it.
It's kids in. It was almost like VR Troopers almost. So it was like these kids would get sucked into the reboot land, and it was like years later, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't like, because the last time it was like these people living in this area, and then like the fucking box would come down because somebody wants to play a game, and now it's like they're playing a game for their life, you know. So it's like you were able to connect with it because you're like, oh, is this what happens every time I plug in my PlayStation or my Nintendo? You know, it's like just shit like that. It's like, but yeah, the reboot one was on Netflix. It wasn't good. I didn't like it.
I agree with Terrence here.
Oh, good.
Let's keep it buck. Most intros never hit as hard as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Come on.
Like,
Go Power Rangers. That was awesome.
That was
I loved it so much. Oh,
yeah. There you go. Wolverine's one of my favorite Marvel characters. He is my favorite Marvel character, and that's why I'm pissed off what they did with him in the Foxman universe, because it sucks.
Yeah, like he's a great character. He's an awesome character, but when it comes to X-Men, especially, he's not the only great character. But no one told Singer.
It's an ensemble. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even that he made like Wolverine take center stage at everyone else's expense. He did something even worse. He made Wolverine take center stage at everyone else's detriment. You know, everyone was just there to make him look good, and that really pissed me off. Like, yeah, he's a great character. Yeah, Hugh Jackman does a great job playing him, but you're doing an ensemble. You know, like he's one of many great characters who can all pull their weight and all have these compelling enough
amazing powers and
amazing powers.
History. And, storylines, great storylines. Oh,
yeah, like and you know, yeah, that was always, you know, to an extent, I don't want to say they're bad movies, but as an X-Men fan, they're incredibly frustrating movies. You know,
for me, they're bad movies. Like,
yeah, like
I did not like the 1, 2, and 3. I did not like at all. Like at all.
You
know,
yeah, like
they're good. I'm like, no, they're not.
They're good. They're good for the genre, because you know they walk so like the MC things like the MCU could run. But as X-Men movies, as X-Men movies, they're trash. I got to keep it a stack there. As X-Men movies, you know, like they're trash.
Yeah. No, they sucked. I'm gonna save that one from you, me. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Actually, you probably get to some of these other.
That's what I was like. Let's go.
Yeah. Do you remember comedy Mark protagonist we laid down after Ted 3? Thought it was because 2 just came out. I don't remember that.
No, I don't think I do.
It was Entourage. Yeah. I was going to see it on Wednesday, and exactly what you're saying, how I feel about us as Black people. What Cleve said about Book of Clarence.
Yeah, okay. I think that's important. I think that's really important and great to talk about. Just a talking point and realizing that you were there. Your culture goes back millennia.
Yeah.
You know, we go to Kush, a Kemet, or you know, all the knowledge in all the world was there. You know, Alexander the Great came and stole all the knowledge and burnt the library down. So like this stuff, Kush, like that stuff is real, and it's part of your culture and understanding the time period of what it is. And I think the Book of Clarence does a good job with that. Understanding that you're in Jerusalem, you know, being that close to Africa with the Moors controlling Spain makes perfect sense that Black people are around. A lot.
Yeah, because what else are you gonna get? Like Gods of Egypt, where it's a bunch of like blonde-haired white guys running around.
Hey, there's a white guy Book of Clarence too. It's pretty awesome.
I didn't know that. It's kind of
pretty effing awesome.
Yeah. And Kenny said, I don't think Book of Clarence was blasphemic. They did a really good job at displaying the personhood of Jesus and never made a joke of him. All the characters said he was the real deal. So
everyone did. It was pretty. I love that, but I understand what they said because I think more Chill was talking about the fact that the main character is not a good guy, and I didn't want to talk about the movie too much in front of him, but I was like, look, there's first of all, he plays two different characters, and it's more than what you've seen. So understand. I don't think that every time you have a movie and we're doing talk about history that the black person has to be the number one good guy, only good guy. I think there's different black people everywhere. You have good people, you're gonna have bad people, you're gonna have great people, you're gonna have poor people, you're gonna have rich people, you're gonna have all that. We're a rainbow within our own selves. So like you should be able to show all the differences in different people. Different people. You gonna have jocks, you're gonna have nerds, you're gonna have all that in between. So enjoy the variety. So I don't think everything has to be that specifically.
Yeah. So it's like it's nuance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I think because you said like there's funny in it. It's like there's it touches on racism. I think you said, and you said it's funny at times too. And then somebody in the comments, I forgot who was like, oh yeah, like like, and then even he said like, oh, what did he say? I forgot what movie he said, but he goes, oh yeah, that's like, oh, that's funny when they do that. But I was like, but luckily Paul was kind of on your side too from the Black Comic Nerds, and he was like, no, you can get into stuff that's funny, but it's funny because you're pointing out the ignorance of it. Blazing Saddle, great example. I don't know which one of you guys brought that up, but you guys brought that up. I'm like, that's a perfect example because that is all about racism and it jokes. All of it is funny, but it's about like the ignorance of the racists, that like kind of stuff. It's a man, and I forgot about that movie. I'm like, that's a really good movie.
It was so perfect of a point that he brought out.
Yeah. Also like Chappelle's show, I mean, like he touches into a lot of like racism where, it's like, it's funny because it's so wild. And then it's also like funny. It's like,
it makes you think. You can have that type of things too.
Yeah. Well, because it gets into the ignorance of it all, but yeah. All right, but said I had Fruity Pebbles on deck. Oh, and he was talking about the reboot on ABC. All right, so never mind.
I gotcha.
So yeah, that was a good show. It's a Book of Clarence said it could have been better if they would have just stuck with the scheming aspect or scamming aspect, like what the significance of Doctor Strange being in the movie. I don't know.
No, so I understand. That was funny. It was funny, and it was because it was all the paintings, Brandon. That's all about the paintings that we're getting. It was because someone else painted it, and he was just happened to be in front on accident.
Yeah, no spoilers, man. Because I do want to see it like pretty bad. Like I bought tickets twice for this damn movie and still haven't seen it. So it was the Netflix. So I watched the first 10 minutes and turned it off. Man, I stuck around for a few episodes and I'm like, this is bad. The reboot.
Yeah, the
reboot. Wolverine.
I don't remember watching.
It's not good, man. Don't even waste your. I mean, watch a trailer and I think you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that sucks. Just from the trailer. Yeah.
Wolverine never reached. Hell, no character ever reached their full potential under Fox. They nerfed pretty much every character.
So you could say that, but if you really want to be angry, you want to be angry with what they did to Storm, what they did to Cyclops, what they did with Rogue. Yeah. Oh, what they did with Rogue, it should be criminal.
That
was horrible.
No disrespect to Anna Paquin. She's an actress who accepted the role, but holy crap.
It's the way they wrote. It was really
it was a bad character. Like I don't mind changes, but when you just completely revamp a character, I was like, nah. Like they were trying to do the Kitty Pryde and Rogue mixed together, and it made no sense.
You know what made me mad when you have? I'm sorry, Brandon, but when I always get mad at Storm because she's a goddess and she is more powerful than everybody. Like she doesn't have to wait and have the weather roll in to have stuff happen. Like this story had to wait for lightning to roll in to be able to use it. Like that's the dumbest thing I ever saw in my damn life. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, like waiting until Sabretooth like damn near choked her unconscious to use her powers in the first movie. Like just like they just made Storm just like a nerfed little pipsqueak. You know, everything from the writing to the casting was just wrong for Storm. You know, Halle Berry was the wrong choice for Storm.
Is not a Kenyan. What? Kenyan princess? What?
Did they ever get back into her backstory?
No,
they
like, never even touched. So yeah,
I mean, she never had an accent.
Mm-hmm. she was
for like 5 minutes in the first movie. She had an accent, and all of a sudden just went to an American person.
Yeah, like and I know that was actually addressed on the DVD for X-Men 1.5. Like Bryan Singer and I think like either the producer or the screenwriter addressed it. And Bryan Singer just like literally says, "Yeah, the accent didn't work in the first movie, so we're just having her completely drop it for the sequel." And mind you, this is like 3 months before X-Men 2 came out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Friggin' Scott Summers, they just made him a whiny little Boy Scout whose sole purpose was to
awesome.
We're
talking about character art. Yeah. That dude is awesome, and you just made
you just make him a Boy Scout who just exists to friggin' cockblock Wolverine from moving in on his girl.
Yeah.
It
wasted cast.
Well, it made me so mad. It made me so angry.
Cyclops, like he looked the part, like, you know, he was a great actor, I think, for that part, you know, because he's, you know, pulls that, you know, Boy Scout kind of vibes.
But if he had the arrogance of what he really was, he's the leader. There is no question. It's either him or Storm, and the arrogance that sometimes he had and the power that he had. He wasn't the leader because like he was someone's favorite. He was the leader because he was badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he never even saw that. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I think I legitimately, and I know I keep taking jabs at Bryan Singer, but I think he legitimately hated Cyclops. I think James Marsden, that brief fight scene that Cyclops had in the plastic prison, the one that lasted like 5 seconds. Marsden had to actually ask Singer for that scene,
really,
and it was much longer. It was still cut to shit. He just hated that character, I think.
Probably don't know what to, like. I feel like stuff like that is like, I don't know what to do with you and what your character does, so I'm gonna minimize it as much as possible. You know, all the time. His
mindset didn't go anywhere between like satisfying his friggin' hard on for Wolverine.
Yeah.
Don't hate on Wolverine though.
I'm not hating on Wolverine. I'm hating on Bryan Singer's friggin' like just catering to him. He even like halted as trash as X-Men Apocalypse was. I'm still tripped out that he halted the entire he halted the entire narrative of that movie just so that he could shoehorn Wolverine in there.
Mm-hmm.
You could have cut that entire scene from that movie, and it probably wouldn't have made much of a difference.
I was so upset when I heard Bryan Singer was coming back to be part of that movie. In any, I don't know. He wasn't the director, was he? I think he was like
no, he directed Apocalypse.
Did he? Man,
that was the last one he directed.
Because like after he left and they did the prequels or whatever, they were kind of good. They weren't great, but they were kind of good. Then I heard he's coming back. I'm like, it's gonna suck. And sure enough, you wasted amazing actors. You know, with a shitty story. A shitty story.
Yeah,
like
I'll hand Singer this. I did kind of like X-Men Days of Future Past, because I like how it kind of merged. Yeah, I like how it merged the two timelines, and I thought like James McAvoy was great in it. But yeah, it kind of felt like a little bit more of an ensemble. But then like just X-Men Apocalypse, what even was that? Like, just.
You have Oscar Isaac, and you just completely.
And Apocalypse is an unbelievable character, a very cool character. Like,
Days of Future Past was the best X-Men movie. Yeah, it was okay.
I'd say it was the best. I'd say it was the best of the bunch. That, and I liked First Class because it actually kind of felt like an ensemble.
Yeah, but First
Even though
Class
you
ruined some characters though.
Yeah, I didn't like.
yeah,
that.
like Darwin, you kill off the one character whose main power is to survive.
He adapts to everything, and you kill him all. What?
But Fox, Matthew Vaughn, and Bryan Singer were like, even though your powers literally to adapt to anything to survive, you're still black.
that's right. Yeah, that trumps everything for him. Well, yeah, but he said, "So Mama Bear, what's up, Mama Bear? Sorry, it was bouncing around. But yeah, she said they still got Wolverine the way his claws work wrong.
Yeah, how they came out of like the webbings of his hands, rather than like
the guy.
Sorry, put on hands. Yeah, like coming out like right here, they come out of like the webbings of his knuckle.
I didn't mind that as much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys would have been pretty cool to see. But I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I
didn't want to have to. I don't want to spend so much time on detail on Wolverine. I thought that if you're going to spend time on something, spend time on the rest of the ensemble. Let's make them better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Days here, but then we'll move on to the other MCU stuff. Said is Days of Future Past a multiverse movie? I thought it was more of a timeline.
Really? Yeah, it's
than a multiverse. But I guess when then it starts changing things, if you go in the past and change it.
Here we go with the Back to the Future movement.
Yeah, well, it's more like
go back to the past. Now it's actually your present and your future because it was already like what?
Yeah, you start. Yeah, it starts changing with timelines. It's kind of because that's the whole point. They were sending Wolverine to the past so he can change that future. You know what I mean?
Timeline though.
Yeah,
so it's not has nothing.
I'll do more timeline than
the multiverse.
Multiverse, but multiverse you would actually have different versions of the same character. The Magneto and the Xavier, they were technically the same person, just one's younger, one's older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I always took it. I never took that they were two different versions of the same character.
Yeah,
they were just the same character, different ages.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. All time travel movies are multiverse movies. I mean, it depends on how much you want to dive into the multiverse part of it. But
look, Back to the Future explains it perfectly.
Even the Back to the Future was a multiverse, because
no, but it didn't exist until he went back. Until he went back to change that, it didn't. That timeline didn't exist. It wasn't like there was already existing timelines, and you went to each one of those, those universes. It's not a different universe. It's a timeline that changes. It's a different branch of timeline. Isn't that a little bit different?
I mean, it kind of goes back to what the TVA kind of does, where if you go back to that part that changes into the different timeline and get rid of that quote unquote branch, then you can just keep the main timeline. So anytime there's the wrong decision that would make a different timeline, you would cut it off. And that's what they did. They went back to Back to the Future. What did they do? No, they went back in time.
Back to the past.
Back to the past.
The future.
To change it so Biff wouldn't be in charge and all that shit. So that's time travel. All right. Have you seen that Arthur the King trailer?
The one with Mark Wahlberg and the dog. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I was watching a couple trailers today.
I don't think so. Yeah. We'll check it out because we got at least one trailer on board, and maybe two.
Yeah, I saw another one too.
Yeah. Speaking of Back to the Future, if Marty went back in time today, would he go to 1993? Puts things in perspective.
Oh man, 1993.
Yeah. I could do that one day. I have a lot of hate for the Fox X-Men movies. X3 is the only movie that gets me legitimately angry. Oh, God.
Oh, I was so pissed off when I left the theater for that.
Not good. That was.
I was so angry. I was so I was seeing red. I was so angry.
Yeah.
That's another reason I do appreciate Days of Future Past. It just completely negated X3 or The Last Stand, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh my
So-
Last Stand was so bad.
No,
It was just trash. Which is a shame because the mutant cure storyline, there was potential there. It's like it was like one of the better, more recent X-Men storylines, and they had perfect casting with Kelsey Grammer as Beast, which was well, you guys know Brett Ratner was not supposed to direct that movie originally, right? It was going to be Matthew Vaughn who did who ended up doing First Class, but I guess for like personal reasons he stepped down, and then they were rushing to get a new director because I think Fox was still kind of steamed at Bryan Singer for stepping down to do Superman Returns. So they fast tracked that movie. Fox just wanted to beat Bryan Singer to the screen in summer of 2006. So they fast tracked that movie and just crapped it out sideways, basically. All in the name of beating him to the screen. And then both movies were friggin' trash.
Fox did a lot of times they did stupid shit, man. A lot of stupid shit.
It's about the money,
but it's also like he said, you try to beat like, oh, check out our movie before you check out this other guy's movie, even though he did our other X-Men movies, so it's like you're trying to play mind games with the audience, and the audience usually don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They just want to see a good movie, but you're out here trying to play like this, like mind games with everything, and it usually doesn't pay off.
Yeah. It was a shame because when Matthew Vaughn was going to be directing the movie, it sounded like he was going to kind of lean more into the ensemble element of the movie. I remember reading up on it. I remember like one of the quotes that he said, like his movie was going to be like heavily emotional and was going to be kind of like in the tone of Unforgiven, which would have been an interesting route to take. It kind of like I think I'll always be upset that he never did the movie and they got the director of the Rush Hour movies to take care of it. Much as I like the Rush Hour movies, but Brett Ratner was the wrong person for the job.
No, I remember Kenny said, remember Matt Vaughn quit after they tried to bamboozle Halle Berry in the movie, promised her a storm or origin, even though never having any intention of doing that at all. Yeah, I remember that specifically.
Yeah, Fox did a lot. I mean, movie studios do a lot of effed up stuff anyway, but Fox with that was just, you just hear all the effed up stories years later, and you're like, oh yeah. And then I feel justified why I hate it all. I was like, yes, I was right. All right. So let's get into this real quick. Because where is it? So Matt Film Show asked us a good question that would get into some of our rumors and stuff like that. He says, when do you all expect a Fantastic Four announcement? So
at this point,
we have the guy from the Bear. Good.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Tank. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. No,
at this point, I'm just like, it gets announced when it gets announced. They keep prolonging that. Like just at this point, put up or shut up.
Right.
We already know they got the casting of Reed Richards pretty wrong.
I think that we already know what's going to happen. I know what time. I really feel like I know the timing of all of this stuff going on. It makes sense to do it for Comic-Con. It just makes sense for that to be the time that you're going to introduce these Fantastic Four characters.
Yeah. I think the only casting that I'm okay with, because I think it's all but confirmed. These four, I like the casting of the Thing, and I like the casting of Sue Storm. Reed Richards, no. Eddie Munson as Johnny Storm, not really feeling that.
Like I said, these are all rumors. I think Pedro is the only one that's pretty much confirmed. But these are all still like rumored castings for Fantastic Four. At least. Bigger. So the dude from the Bear, what's his name? Eben Moss Backrack. Backrack. So he was asked about it in whatever was a few days ago on the red carpet or whatever show. at the Emmys, and they asked him like what he's like, is he going to be in it? And he pretty much gave that generic thing of like, I can't say I am and I can't say I'm not. So I feel like whenever they say that, it's kind of like you are, right? I mean,
it's more that the
negotiations
and they're not going to release the answer till all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're not, you would just say no, I'm not. But if you are, you kind of say I can't confirm. It's like okay, but yeah. So I mean, I think Pedro's the only one that we know pretty much for sure that we're getting. But I think this is going to be it. This is what the rumor is, and that's what everyone's kind of running with. That we're going to get these 4 characters. What did you say, Brandon, about the dude from Stranger Things as Johnny Storm? You don't like that one?
I don't think I like Munson.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
I like Eddie Munson. But him as Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I like that one. I like that one. Probably be the brother and sister, Invisible Woman and Johnny Storm. I think those two are like. Those are pretty good castings. I
don't know if he's arrogant enough. I don't know if he could be cool enough to be Johnny.
And kind of
for the character, not necessarily for how they look as brother and sister, but for the character himself. Can you be cool enough to be Johnny Storm?
And exactly. Look
what he did in Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but you don't know what he did in Stranger Things. Tank.
I watched
it. You don't know what he did in Stranger Things. He is still to this day not seen Stranger Things.
I've seen all his parts.
He just has no idea.
This is more wishful thinking on my end, but I was hoping and this is me probably getting way ahead of myself, but I was hoping they'd get someone like closer to Tom Holland's age or could pass for around Tom Holland's age, because I'm hoping like when they do more street level stuff with Spider-Man, I'm hoping like he links up with Johnny Storm and they become bros like they were in the comics. That's just, like I said, wishful thinking, getting way ahead of myself.
Yeah, I think that's not going to happen because of the way they're starting this origin. So they've been around for a long time. There's been all planning and stuff like that. So you're not going to have Johnny Storm linking up with Spider-Man.
I mean, they are close in age. Joseph Quinn is 29 and Tom Holland's 27.
But he also looks like he's 12. So that kind of brings down, So
yeah. So
I don't know if he's cool enough though. Honestly, I feel that's the problem. Cool as like an outsider, he's cool, but like the Eddie Munson thing was his personality almost like that's how you see him. Can you be out there, be like a superstar? You are, the heartthrob of the Fantastic Four. I don't know if that's going to work, bro. We'll see.
We'll see. We've been wrong we've been kind of proven wrong about actors in the past. Like heck, me. Before. I was so used to seeing Chris Evans and as kind of that cocky like heartthrob bro type that I wasn't sure I could see him as Captain America, who by all accounts starts out the story complete square. but he did. So we'll see. I definitely say Joseph Quinn and Vanessa Kirby. They're probably the first on screen Susan and Johnny that I can actually buy as brother and sister, biological blood relatives.
You're gonna find out that they're not biological blood relatives. They're gonna change.
Too. I know. Yeah. Well, they justified it in the Josh Trank movie by saying she was adopted, or she was adopted. But Well, I'm just hoping they
the Spoiler Kings are live. What's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony. Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of like
Comic-Con still has to be the time. I think when you have that, I think that it gives you an opportunity to win it, especially when you don't have anything coming out really. You're not going to win nothing to Deadpool really. So this is your chance to do something
July.
special. Yeah, that's a
The end of July.
long time. So, what do you do to stay relevant? Announce your Fantastic Four.
No, the Comic-Con 2024 is the end of July.
Do you
San
do
Diego
Comic-Con?
Comic-Con? Do you do before then?
Well, don't they have? What's the one in May when they have the movie releases and all that other stuff?
The one in May. I don't think, because I know the San Diego Comic-Con is like the big one that everyone always talks about.
Well, it's not Comic-Con, but the Marvel thing that they do in May, and they for movies and stuff like that.
Oh, was that D23?
Yeah.
Is that what? I don't know.
Are they going to do that this year?
They are in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, it has to be an event. The D or D3. Yeah. It would have to be at an event, for sure. For sure, I think that would make the most sense. CinemaCon is not bad.
CinemaCon is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
CinemaCon.
Yeah, that's
when is that? CinemaCon is April, a little bit beginning of April.
And then once again, that makes a lot of sense. April. Now you got May, June, July. So you have 3 months before Deadpool. You keep your name out there. You continue to try to win. I think that works.
CinemaCon makes sense because CinemaCon too. It's like it's not just like the fans where like a Comic-Con is, but CinemaCon you have a lot of critics and stuff like that. That might be a good way to get hype for a movie like this. You know, you bring out the cast. I can see that.
So you bring the cast out, then you drop a trailer for Comic-Con, and then you release it with the movie of Deadpool.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna drop a trailer. They haven't even started shooting yet. For a trailer to be ready in July.
I don't know. When's it supposed to be? When's it supposed to come out? 2025, like May of 2025 or something like that.
Yeah.
So you better start. They have to start filming soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start filming like March. So if they do that, then you can have a trailer by April. I'm saying July.
According to Jeff Snyder's Inside, the MCU's Fantastic Four reboot is going to begin filming in Q3 between July and September of 2024.
You can't have it for that, then. There's no way you could be done by May of 2025. That has to be like November 2025 to be able to finish that.
I mean, they like to work their graphics team like super crazy.
Trying to work them to death.
Yeah. Heck, man, I think Deadpool 3 is still like winding down with shooting, and that's still scheduled for July.
Yeah. They just started up shooting again.
Yeah, they're doing small things, small changes.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of new leaked pictures out with it. So let's see real quick what you're saying here. Cleve saying the Super Bowl is coming up. Maybe get some trailers. I can see a Deadpool trailer.
You get the Deadpool trailer. It's happening.
Yeah. You know, we're already getting like things that what was it, the Golden Globes? I think we had Deadpool pop up. So
yeah, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good one. Because they're going to change things up some way. Probably they have to make it make sense. I think that's it for at least for the members. And shout out to the members for being Spoiler King crew members. So right now we got Brandon Davis and Cleves in chat. So I try to look for your guys' chats first.
And the other Kenny Sparks, not Ken Sparks, but Kenny.
That's true. That is true. Holy crap, I did forget. I'm like, isn't Kenny Sparks? But it is the other account. So sorry. See, I might have skipped a little bit. So Mom Bear said, I'm generally a wait and see the actor in the role type, but if Pedro is legit, I'm not a fan of the choice.
Yeah. He just I really love Pedro Pascal. He just nothing about him strikes me as Reed. And like I said, I try to give people a benefit of the doubt, but that just doesn't. I just can't picture it. I can't. I'm sorry.
I understand that. No, I understand that 100%. And And then this movie, we're not going to have Doctor Doom, right? So that was even more interesting how they're going to do this.
Yeah, there's rumors on and off that there will be Doctor Doom, and that they've asked Mads Mikkelsen or Cillian Murphy. Mads Mikkelsen obviously wouldn't make a whole lot of sense after Doctor Strange.
But I don't think that he's going to be the main villain. I think that if you have anything with Doctor Doom, it's going to be like an end credit.
Yeah, right at the end to set up.
Which I'd prefer. You know, if it were up to me, I'd love to see him start with like Mole Man or Puppet Master or something like that. That would be
Remember, they're off planet though, so they're here, they're around. I think they're going to still get that 70s vibe, Fantastic Four. So
which would be cool.
That'd be cool. I wonder if they're going to do something along the lines of what we got at the end of the Marvels, where spoiler if you haven't seen the Marvels yet, but Photon gets sucked into a different universe, through that pocket hole dimension. What if they do something like that? So the whole movie
Fantastic Four is in a different universe, and then they come into our universe from there.
But what if the whole movie is just completely in a different universe? Sets up all these characters, so you can do random crazy bad guys, and then they go back to outer space and find this hole, fall through it, and somehow like Doctor Doom, who's Cillian Murphy would be awesome. Doctor Doom,
Cillian Murphy would be great.
Oh man, but he like follows them in, and now you have this Fantastic Four from a different universe. That would easily explain it. I think, and it would make the Marvels a little bit more relevant to watch. So,
and maybe continue with the storyline.
Yeah. And then Kenny said, "Bring back Chris Evans."
Bring back Chris Evans. Let him be all of them.
Oh, geez. Whatever. Yeah. Bring back Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan.
No, we don't need Michael B. Jordan because he has his own thing. What about Ryan Gosling as Nova?
Yeah. So that's
I'd be good with it.
All rumor. Yeah. So it's just a rumor because they called him in, and the rumor was for Nova, but nothing is set in stone because there's still a rumor that him as Doctor Doom, which would suck bad.
Yeah, there's no way. He's not dark. He's different.
He's Ken.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
he's enough, guys. Enough.
I could see Nova or maybe Johnny Blaze, but Nova, yeah.
I wouldn't mind Johnny
Blaze.
What's going on,
man? What's up, Travis?
Nah.
What's going on, Travis?
Nah, he doesn't have that. I don't see him as Johnny Blaze.
Really?
Nah, and then he's too old too. It was like,
oh, well, you have a problem with old guys doing? They're gonna let old guys going to be there around. I mean, they have. I don't think a young guy has to have the acting chops. So I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, they're only like 6 years apart between. Yeah. But Ryan Gosling is 43.
Okay, yeah, 43.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage was roughly around the same age when he started playing.
Yeah, and then his hair plugs were only 6. Yeah, his hair plugs were only 6. So
Johnny's going to be the older brother.
No, we don't want Ryan Gosling to be Johnny Storm.
No, I don't want that.
No, Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like Johnny Blaze.
The other dude that lights up on fire that's also named Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, I can see him doing that. I can Ghost Rider. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I like Nova though. Nova will be an easy, put into the universe because you already deal with the Nova Corps. You can easily have like the blown up planet from what's her name, the bad guy from the Marvels, who destroyed that planet that no one remembers. Somehow you make her more relevant in a different movie than when she was in, actually show her destroying the planet, of the Nova on it.
Just bring back Ronan. Just let him do it.
I know, right? Just let him do it. But yeah, him finding this, super powerful helmet and stuff like that, and he becomes Nova. I'm cool with that. I like that. I mean, but then also you're taking somebody like Ryan Gosling, who's known as like, a sexy actor, and putting him in a helmet the entire time.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be funny.
Would you hate Ryan Gosling as Sentry?
Absolutely not.
No, that'd be kind of good.
he's not small. Like he's a bigger kind of guy. So he could do that crazy. You know, like we saw in Ken. He was a crazy Ken for a little bit. Like he can do the superhero and be the other thing. I mean, I would rather Henry Cavill, but he can do those things.
I don't know if he's ever played like a villain because he was Ken, but he was still like kind of goofy. He's never played like a psychopath like the Void, you know.
He's doing both.
I think the only time I remember him playing a psycho was Murder by Numbers with Sandra Bullock. Way back early on in his career, but
I wouldn't mind, but I think Nova would be the best if he wants to go that route.
Nova would be good.
Yeah. I mean, they can always get John C. Reilly because you already saw.
So I remember Nova.
Yeah. But he goes, there you go. Mom said, I never understood Ryan Gosling as a sexy actor.
Yeah, abs. I mean,
well, yeah, he's fit and ripped, you know.
And his wife is beyond gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God. Whew. He's winning. That's what
I still don't even know how like Eva Mendes and him like how. But
I mean, how? I mean, all I know is that the kids got to be beautiful, right?
Their kids are going to grow up to be beautiful. Like
just
holy crap.
Born with 6 packs. Just
it's like glowing. The most beautiful eyes. Like you look into the girl's eyes, she just like mesmerizes you. Next thing you know, you're just sitting there. You have no idea what happened.
You're not even the same location. You just like transported somewhere else.
What happened? Where am I?
Yeah. Ken said, y'all want Richard Rider first?
I probably off the top of my head with all the characters we've talked about, I'd probably buy it first. Probably buy it first. Then like I said, then Johnny Blaze for me.
I think I want Johnny Blaze first, personally.
Well, you want Richard Rider first because there's the other Nova. There's 2 Novas. There's Richard Rider and who's the other one, the younger one. I always forget his name.
His name? I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking
about. Sam? Is it Sam? Yeah, Sam Alexander. Yeah. So Sam Alexander is the new one. I want
Alexander.
Richard
Okay,
first.
yeah, you said
Sam.
Alexander. Yeah.
I want Richard Rider first. It would make more sense. You know, it would make more sense. And then eventually you want to kill him off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. The Sam doesn't make sense yet because I feel like you have to have
Richard
the original first.
Someone
to have him die off or something
exactly.
like that.
Or he's old and now he's coming in to change it, or to be like his idol.
Yeah. And he said, fit, handsome, and smart. Bring someone else to mind.
I'm just saying.
I did not know he had Eva Mendes. Yeah.
Yes, he's winning. He's winning. Like literally, life. If life was a game, you won.
Well, yeah, that is true. So they did do Scott Lang first,
but Hank Pym was there also. Like,
mentor. You know, it was the Master Zorro relationship, mentor and New Blood.
And Hank Pym still created the suit and still was the first. We know that he was the first one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I didn't mind that. I would have preferred Hank Pym. A younger,
but originally me too. But I did kind of like the angle that they worked in with it. It just kind of made like the MCU and the myth and the world building that they were doing kind of go that much deeper. And what's the word I'm looking for? there's kind of more history behind it and longevity if you wanted to like do something with Hank Pym down the line, which the table's still open for that, so I'd be open to that as well. But yeah, I think I want them to start with Richard Rider to begin, if I had my way. Yeah, that's where I'd want to.
If you're going Sam, you're going Young Avengers, right? I mean, that's
yeah.
I mean, they are kind of setting that up. So if they do go Sam, it would make sense. It just, yeah, I mean, you can easily bring in the helmet. You can figure out a way how the helmet got on Earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and then the essence of Richard, because I think that's something they do, right, where he like talks to Richard a lot. There's something along those lines. I'm not a big Nova reader, so I don't know too much about like all the backstory, but I know like he was talking to like Richard Rider and somehow they were like connected. So
it was through the helmet, I believe.
Yeah,
something like that. But like I thought like his dad was somehow connected to the Nova Corps or something weird, Yeah. But
it would be a pretty I would respect the heck out of them if they did get like a big like kind of like A-list or well-known actor and then covered his face for most of the movie. If you pulled like a Dredd, and just had like you did with Carl Urban, where he never takes his mask off and you never see his face. Like I'd respect them so much if they did that.
Or do Deadpool with Brad Pitt.
Deadpool with Brad Pitt. Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock. I want to see this Bad Batch trailer. That's
yeah. We can check that one out. Yeah, so we're just real quick, just finish this up. Maybe a cast reveal who the villain will be. See that? The Fantastic Four cast is revealed this year. 100% this year.
It has to be.
Yeah.
There's no way they won't.
Sometime this year. Ken said, I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, I'm like, on one hand I'm waiting hand and foot, but at the same time I'm like, just come on and just announce the damn cast.
Like we all know already. There's pictures on Reddit, so
yeah,
we all know. Ken said, I don't know what it will be, but I'm willing to bet that Deadpool 3 post credit is going to tell us a lot about the future. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The whole movie I think is going to tell us about the future.
I said it's the only movie that's going to come out this year. So I mean, to stay relevant, that's what you have to do.
Yeah. And I think this is a really good time for Deadpool 3 to come out when it is. I think like Fox and Marvel reaching an agreement. This is like a really good time for that, because Deadpool's meta and he breaks the fourth wall. And I think this is a really good time to introduce Deadpool into the MCU. I really can't wait for all the for just how crazy they go with it and how many jokes there's going to be.
The new pictures look pretty crazy. So just like I'm like, okay, I wonder what that is. What's about that?
Yeah, so, I saw just the one with like the Wade Wilson variant.
Yeah,
within like a top knot.
You saw the dog.
The dog. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so hilarious.
Yeah, this movie's gonna be so stupid on so many levels. Yeah. And then one last thing he said, Travis said, we've already had one stepbrother as a Nova Corps member with John C. Reilly, so throw in another and have Adam Scott as Nova. I don't hate that. He has the look and the mannerisms, but probably too old.
He's like 50.
He is old. He is old. But he's a great actor. He is a really great actor. Yeah.
If 50-year-old Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade, I'd be fine with it. I'd be willing to accept it.
I think they're going to do Blade only for a little bit, and they're going to have someone else take over. They're going to do 2 movies. I honestly believe that.
Very frustrating.
I think 2 movies out of him, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, real quick. So that's kind of one last question before we move on to that. Is do you ever see the MCU dying out? It's been going on for 16 years in May. How much it'll be 16 years in May. Wow. How much will the MCU last?
6 more years.
6 more years?
and
then they're just done with it.
2030, they'll reboot everything.
Oh yeah,
and it'll die as we know it. There will be no more Avengers. Won't be the focus. There will be focusing on X-Men and focusing on Fantastic Four, and then they'll bring these characters back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a reboot, like a pretty hefty one, but not a full-on one, but one enough where they're gonna bring back characters, they're gonna restart timelines and redo stories. But yeah, and then I don't know where it's gonna go from there, because they're gonna have 95% of Marvel characters back under one umbrella. So
why wouldn't you reboot to have that chance to use them all?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely after Secret Wars, we're really gonna see like what is all gonna change, because I think it's all gonna change. So what is that? When does Secret Wars come out?
2026, 2027.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the announcement of it all, and then what is that? To release date. Yeah, 2027. So that's already 3 years from now. 3 years from now. And then you gotta figure
do all this stuff.
I can see them taking a little mini break, like another year off, and then kicking it all off again.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that's when they'll really lean into probably like whatever they're trying to plan with Young Avengers. Probably more. I could see them, depending on what they do with the Fantastic Four, I could see them doing Future Foundation. Which I think would be cool personally. I always like Future Foundation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Pedro's already
what's that?
Low. Pedro's already too low. Pedro's already too low.
Oh yeah,
reboot it.
Well,
you're not going to reboot Fantastic Four.
Why not?
Because you started
but you bring in the old ones, and then now you go back into the younger ones, and because you just restart everything, and they're the old ones are the bringers of the change, right?
I mean, you're not bringing Kirby in for 4 years. You're not rebooting it in 4 years. It's one movie. It's not.
I mean, they did it for what's his name, Jim from the
only
Office.
If it's terrible. No, they're bringing him in for as a cameo in a movie. They're not going to reboot and bring this entire family they've been waiting years to do, and they're going to reboot it in 4 years. They're not. It doesn't even make financial sense. So they're going to they have to do some movies. Fantastic Four is going to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's going to be. So we're talking about 2025, 2028, 2030, and that's when maybe it ends. And that's what I'm saying. Like that'll be it. Then maybe we could look into it. But even in 6 years, Michelle Kirby's still only going to be 40. Like it's not like she's going to be old. They could be the bringers in connecting all the old and the new.
Yeah,
I got you.
Well, yeah, same thing. That they also can't recast Miss Marvel. I mean, she's super young.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's in all the comic books are now her. That's just what it is.
Yeah, they're going hard. And Tony said in 10 years, we'll all be old. Don't say that, man. Remind me of my old age.
My back. I'll be like the Spider-Man, like, someone get my back.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe would be a great doctor.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't late. Especially like late '90s Rob Lowe, even though he's aged like all of 2 minutes since then. But like when he was like the younger version of number 2 in Austin Powers, that sort of thing, especially with his voice, like with his line delivery, I'd have been open to that.
Rob Lowe is 60, unless he's bringing his Atkins commercial, and now that's the one thing I can. I don't.
You know what? Yes, he's 60. He looks like 25 years younger than that.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. He looks like he's 40, 45.
He's doing whatever Paul Rudd's doing.
No, Paul Rudd is a vampire. I've seen it. I know. I've seen his little was coffin. Paul Rudd is a vampire. He's a daywalker.
Rob Lowe. Oh man. Yeah. I want to complain if they recast Captain Marvel.
No, Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel. You know, the Kamala Khan. Yeah, she's Captain Marvel probably recasted. I can see that. In 2028, we will all be old in the MCU will turn 20 years old. 20 years old.
Wow. Which is crazy to think about.
Wow. 20 years old MCU.
Maybe you'll be old, man. I ain't gonna say I'm old in 2028. That's only 4 years from now.
Yeah, I can tell me, boo boo mama. Oh man. That's funny.
He said Atkins shaky because he puts it in the freezer so he can pretend like it's ice cream. I was like, that's just sad.
Yeah, I know. Fucking sugarless candy. All right. All right, we'll save that one for later if we get a chance to. Let's watch this trailer.
All right.
And I did see Arthur the King with Marky Mark. I saw that trailer and I was like, oh, I've seen this movie 100 times already.
I was watching Constellation. It's gonna be Apple Plus. That's gonna be.
Didn't make it just. Yeah, I know it's Noomi Rapace from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, so the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I still got to watch that one.
Let me get things ready. I always forget to share the audio. All right, let's watch this Bad Batch trailer because I have not yet watched it.
Same.
Ooh, Kenny said I saw ISS today. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Constellation, the trailer Constellation reminded me of ISS.
Which one's Constellation? Is that the Netflix one?
Yeah, no, it's Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Apple TV one. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We got the view with Drew. What's up, Drew?
What's up, Drew?
Hey, Drew.
Yeah. He goes, oh no, yeah, she knew. I mean, Captain Marvel, recast her. Oh.
I don't mind that. I don't like the way that they did it anyway with the whole Marvel thing, Captain Marvel. They just pass up the original and just go right into the character. I didn't like the way they did that.
Yeah. So there was no way they were going to put Nadia Tart. Yeah. They were not going to put her in that suit.
No, I mean, you could have someone different. Like, I mean, I don't care about the casting choice, but like you could put the name in something different, you know.
So Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel first, and then became Captain Marvel later. That's still Carol Danvers. It's still the one that Rogue sucked the powers out of.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you could start with what was Marvel? What you should
Marvel.
Yeah, that's the first one. No, so it wasn't Carol Danvers first. She was not.
Well, no, the one in the black suit you're talking about, right? The black suit with the gold, lightning strike.
Is that the thing that they had? She had. I'm trying to find the image so I can show you. But now you put in Captain Marvel, only thing you get is Brie Larson.
Oh, damn it. Her.
No, she's not the first one.
That's Miss Marvel. That's before she was Captain Marvel. It's the same character. It's the same person.
So it gets really confusing because you can go Marvel. I mean, you're gonna have bringing Shazam and all the other stuff because Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Photon,
Marvel, yeah.
Marvel Monica Rambeau was before any of that stuff too. So like, I was thinking more like, Earth's Mightiest Hero, Captain Marvel, So.
Yeah, because that's why Miss Marvel wears that stripe, because it's like to honor the original, Carol Danvers.
Yeah, but the original Captain Marvel was Marvel. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Marvel, and that's why I'm saying you should, but whatever.
But later they retconned it, so like, oh, he was really this, and I was like, you know, like Miss Marvel. This is Miss Marvel. Whenever I think of Miss Marvel, this is Miss Marvel until, you know, and then you got all the new stuff right now. You know, like, you know, it is what it is. But because now this was Miss Marvel, how I grew up with Miss Marvel, and now you know this is Miss Marvel. So, you know, but yeah, there was no way they're going to put Brie Larson in this. That was never going to happen. That would have been awesome, but they were never going to put her in that. She would not have gone for it either.
No, come on, her? No.
Yeah.
One can wish. But.
I know.
Only Brandon.
But yeah, this was because then you got once you got Marvel in there, that was
that's what I'm saying.
I was never a big fan of Marvel.
But it was becomes confusing with when you have Shazam and then all that stuff. They gets real confusing. Because it goes Marvel, then Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, then Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers is like the third.
Is she?
Monica Rambeau was before Carol Danvers.
Okay,
that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like that's like her in the white outfit with the lightning and all that stuff. Like that's the before Carol Danvers.
So
they went through past 3 of them before we got there.
Well, they did Marvel in the movie. That was kind of stupid the way they did that. Like, oh, it's really her. Yeah. She's Marvel. I was like, huh. I didn't like that. But all right. Let's do this.
All right.
Let's get this going. There you go. Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Carol Danvers.
Yep.
That's what James Sparks.
That's right.
But Monica was Captain Marvel, right? Because Carol Danvers wasn't Captain Marvel at first.
Nope.
Because it was Marvel.
Monica was the first Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, but even Carol Danvers didn't start off as Captain Marvel. She was Miss Marvel.
Yeah, she was after Monica, so that's what. You know.
Yeah. I still don't know why they changed Carol Danvers, because you could have kept her Miss Marvel and changed the suit, but I think they wanted to do a whole revamp. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This comic book history. All right, let's watch this trailer.
All right.
All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tink Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian DeGrizzly. This is empty shelves. It looks
so sad, guys.
So sad.
I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, it's so sad. But we are going to check out the new Bad Batch, the final season. The trailer just dropped. Yeah, man. So let's check it out and then let's talk about it. Because I am kind of sad and happy at the same time, because it's not going to overstay its welcome. But let's watch it. Let me know if you guys can hear it. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road.
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move. I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers. I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid. Secure her in a cell. Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
They are coming. For all of you. Give us a real challenge. Everyone, down! We're not big on following orders.
I wasn't planning on killing you.
but you're making it very tempting.
Oh,
Oh,
ooh, damn, 3 episode.
Dude, that
nice.
looks so much better than what
That
we
looks-
had in the lull of 2000 or the last season 2, because right in the middle of season 2, I was like, all right, I'm tired of watching the same
It
crap.
was, yeah. They had a first good episode and then a good last episode or
Yeah.
last couple episodes. But
I think the
all
last
stuff in
3
middle
were
was
pretty
kinda-
good, and then
yeah.
the first one, and then
Yeah.
everything in the middle, I was like, this is awful.
And I got this out. This is the release schedule. So we're getting 15 episodes, which is a decent season, man. Like finally. So we're getting
Oh.
1, 2, and 3.
Wasn't that
Wow.
last one 15
I think it's
episodes?
I
15
think it
to
was
18
around
episodes? Yeah.
something like that.
The
Yeah.
first one was 18, the second one's 15. This will be another 15.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least you compare it to the live action, where you get what 5, 6, 8, maybe. So yeah, so the premiere is the 21st. We're getting 3 episodes, and then March 13th, we're getting 2 episodes. April 3rd, another 2 more episodes, and everything else is just one single one. So, and then it all ends. That's it. Ends on May 1st, right before Star Wars Day.
May the 4th
So.
be with you.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we get.
No, that
It's
looks
a
good,
schedule.
man. I'm excited. I've been enjoying the Bad Batch. I'm glad we're eating it because I think they kind of overstayed their welcome for a lot of this stuff. But I want to see how the story ends. And it looks like they're going to have some bangers. They have a lot of cool characters coming in this episode, this season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we got Dre Mac. What's up, Dre Mac?
What up, Dre?
What up, man?
What's going on, Dre?
Appreciate you coming
No,
in.
that's
stopping by.
that's the man right there that looks young with like kids in college.
I know, right? Talk about age. I say,
Talking about
yeah,
that.
when he said he got a kid in high school or about to go to college or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you look
Like,
like you're
dude.
20 something.
Exactly. You can't be doing that.
All right. So I appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about this one. What you think, Brandon?
Oh yeah, definitely sold on this trailer. I'm still kind of I'm playing catch up with Bad Batch. I'm winding down on the 2nd season. But yeah, this looks super dope. Might be a good. I'm respecting the fact because this is going to be the final season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always respect it when they know when to stop. So yeah, definitely watching this.
That's the rule of 3 for Disney. The rule of 3. They're not going past 3. That's just
Yeah.
it.
You'll rename it. We'll get a season 4, but it'll be called like something else. But dude, we get Asajj Ventress in here. Woo. Got the hair growing back. Like she's a badass, man. In the
And that's
book,
Cad Bane there too. Like, I mean,
well, was he? I don't think I saw him.
I think I did see his shadow.
Yeah. Okay. Right, somewhere on there. But yeah, I'm interested. You know, because I want. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there it was right there. Yeah.
All right. And what's her name too? I saw. I clicked on it by accident. Yeah, what's her name?
Yep.
I can't think of her name. But Book of Boba Fett's like right hand man.
Right hand man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of characters. It looks like in this one.
Finally bringing it back into the rest of Star Wars. It's not just its own entity. It's actually coming into and having more Star Wars lore in these episodes. Because I feel like a lot of it was always on its own, and now we're getting more of everything else that makes you feel like Star Wars. So this Bad Batch is all part of it.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Are we getting the original 4 Bad Batch guys together by the end of the season for them to kind of die? Maybe.
I hope so, or at least I think it would make sense just to bring the whole thing full circle.
Yeah.
I think someone has to live for Omega.
I think Omega just is the one that lives. You know, I think she carries it on
by herself. I don't think so. I think someone's going to be there. Someone's going to Like they're all going to sacrifice for one of them to be able to take care of her and help her grow because they don't want to, because they're family, right? So you don't want that family to just the one kid to be the one who's just left alone. So
what if
they're
it's
all sacrificed and they all choose one?
What if it's a sniper dude? I can't think of his name right now. What if they all sacrifice him because, like, and then he's the one that was hunting her for the last 2 seasons, and now
he's the one who gives it up for her. Yeah, see,
that'd be cool. I like that.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Ooh, so Kenny thinks he's. I think Omega's handed off to a Jedi. What if Asajj Ventress kind of takes her under her wing? Because Asajj is more of a gray, but more dark side leaning
very much gray.
Because she got screwed over like big time. And also her lightsaber too. Her lightsaber is like a yellowish, which is pretty interesting. So did she find a new one or did she heal it? It's not a quite white like Ahsoka's are, but I like it. I don't know. I mean, that looks like her lightsaber though.
I think it is her original lightsaber. Yeah. So I think that is.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of being handed off to a Jedi and someone else, raising her as a Jedi.
Yeah. Like DreamX says, I pick everyone dies for 500. Alex. I'm right there with you too. I think everyone might
and
die.
The answer is the Daily Double.
Well, yeah. Well, Disney's being that
horse.
Yeah, man. As soon as they bought it, it became a cash cow. Yeah.
I mean, come on. What do you expect them to do? So no, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
I mean, even Rex. What if Rex lives?
I wouldn't mind that.
And it's just Rex and Omega. Everyone else sacrificed for that.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
And they ride off into the sunset in like Grogu and Mandalorian style.
What if they're in the Mandalorian movie? That'd be cool.
Just saying.
That'd be cool.
They're trying to connect all these pieces now. Why not bring some of these things in?
Mm-hmm. She's the clone. They were trying to do the whole clone thing.
Yep.
But Travis said, really excited to see what they do with Commander Cody this season. And Ventress, again, it seemed lame that she died in a novel. Yeah. So bring her back is welcome. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like what they did, they finished her story in a book when I think she's a cool enough character where her story deserves to be told on screen. But yeah, she has a really cool like love story that goes on and stuff like that, and really cool stuff. Like she's a really interesting character, and they always do better shit in the books, like for a lot of these characters. So we'll see. Cleve said, I think Wrecker survives because I think he's the one that cloned of the clones that met Ezra. Huh.
That's a very good point, Cleves. I think that's a good one.
That's okay. I like that one.
Or does that mean that all of them live? Even though I think someone has to, at least half of them have to be sacrificed.
I think it's all or nothing, man. That's what I'm thinking. All or nothing.
So they all live, and then
they all sacrifice, or they all live. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but Ken said, I was cool with season 1, didn't finish season 2. I think I watched the first 3 episodes of S2 and called it.
You should, because that's what you should wait. No, you should watch the first 2 episodes of season 3 episodes of season 2, and then watch the last 3 episodes of season 2, and everything else in the middle doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's that one where it kind of builds some lore of ancient ones. That was kind of cool, but it did nothing for any story. It just was kind of cool. That's it. Yeah. If Ventress survives this show, do we see her live action?
There's a lot of Star Wars movies coming out, so possibly.
Where though? That'd be my only question, because I would love to see it, but I don't know where.
Here's a question: can KK make money off of it? Then we'll see.
Yeah. But I mean, you want to? I know, like, I don't. I don't want to sound like Star Wars Theory or whoever, he's kind of the hot button topic right now about misogyny and stuff. But if KK wants to push like a female strong character, Ventress is it. Like, she's cool. She's depth. She got a lot of depth. She's got a lot of character like plot points that you can really go after. So if you want to make a cool, one shot movie, Asajj Ventress might be really cool.
Mhm.
If this sets up maybe some of the other stories we get from the books, and you want to do a movie with just that, I think that would be pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Because like, and I think a lot of these like Star Wars fans, obviously you probably got some angry, like it's all like woman driven right now and stuff like that.
Oh
But
yeah,
Star Wars has always been woman driven.
Wait till they have Rey in 2 movies instead of 1.
oh
How
there's some
angry you're gonna be.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I don't like Rey because she's a woman. I don't like Rey because they rushed that character and it was just like not done properly.
Yeah, they just haven't done enough. I hope they can turn things around.
I had
Yeah.
no problem with Rey in the first movie. The second and third
No,
movie,
yeah.
it was crap.
Yeah.
That's all.
But same thing. Like Ahsoka is great, and I think most Star Wars fans love Ahsoka. Even before we got the live action stuff. Asajj Ventress is a really cool character. That we got the animated and is really good. Everyone who doesn't love Princess Leia. I mean, seriously. So yeah, there are strong women, and this could be one if you want to go that route where you're like, she's already developed, she's already badass, she's already cool. You can finish her story. Do a quick little recap in the beginning, have her do her love thing, have her do her whole mission, revenge, this, that, all that stuff, and then she dies at the end. That'd be awesome. Because we
I
never
wouldn't
see
hate
like,
that at all.
you wouldn't?
I wouldn't hate that at all. No.
Oh, I
couldn't
just-
hate- no. I feel like that's what I thought we were going to go that way with Rey. I thought that we're going to have a love triangle, and then it was going to make more sense as some type of triangle, and someone's going to die, and she was going to get pissed off, and like that's the way it should have went in the first place. So if you do that again with a better character, why not?
Yeah, I mean, the last, or was it the last Skywalker? No, was it? What the fuck was that last movie called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Then an actual Skywalker should have, survived. Just saying, Ben should have been survived, and Rey would have died. That would have been more meaningful, I think.
But gotta have her to be able to come back for the toys, man.
I guess. Brandon said I'm staying out of this conversation because I brought up Bad Batch and got looked at like I was crazy last time. It was a different Bad Batch. He said he's not watching this one. It's fun.
I think it would be good, entertaining into the whole thing, especially if you spent the time watching the other 2. Got to do it.
Yeah. So Dre was saying the same thing. I wasn't feeling season 2 of Bad Batch towards the end. It got boring to me. The
middle was boring to me.
Yeah. But I mean,
it was boring.
Yeah. I think the first episode or 2 episodes, whatever it was okay enough, but then it just completely became mission of the week, and it was well. Brandon Davis said, I like Star Wars, but that huge of a fan to watch a spin-off series like this unless it ties into the main story. And it's not going to tie into the main story. So
you're going to see some characters that you saw from the main story. Yeah. So you have the tie-in. You'll see it hidden this time, but a lot of those characters are going to be if you didn't watch the cartoon or didn't read the books, you're not going to know who a lot of these people are.
Yeah. Exactly. He says, I like Star Wars, but I feel like y'all didn't beat the Empire yet. Never, man.
That's good.
Never ending. Let's see. Catch Space Cow with green milk. That's what Star Wars is. Because he started freaking out, and one was Rex. In the Ezra one, I think I know which one you're talking about. I got to go back and check that out.
That's why I said Rex is going to live for the Omega.
Yeah, because you're talking about the cartoon, right? When they're in the desert and they're like they're trying to get info or help or something like that. And one was weird. Man, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I didn't know she died in the books. Yeah, she has a full story. You know, a love story with one of the other Jedis. I can't think of his name right now. I know Martin likes him. I can't think of his name. I have a brain fart. But yeah. The clones and rebels are Rex, Wolf, and Gregor. Thus far, none of the Bad Batch has appeared in Rebellion era. Yeah. Adventures played by Kate Blanchett. Ooh, bro, that's
very nice.
That makes sense. I mean, especially after we saw her as what's her name from Thor from Thor Ragnarok. Hela. Yeah,
Hela.
exactly. So, I mean, you could see her being a badass, a big, strong, badass. You know, and the things we saw in Ragnarok could definitely go for this. So yeah, I'm all for that.
Is Kate British? Does she have like a British accent? I don't remember.
I feel like she has to be.
Either that or Australian.
Australian, maybe. Yeah, I know she has an accent. I was like, because then you could just keep the accent kind of too. Like, you know, I think that'd be fine. Give her a bunch of paint. Give her that haircut. That'd be cool.
I'll be right back, guys.
She's Australian.
Australian. Okay, I know she had some kind of accent. So it would be refreshing if they did Star Wars from the Sith perspective. They are
doing that now.
The Acolyte is coming out sometime eventually, and it's going to be from the Sith's perspective, which I'm kind of interested in. It's going to be a KK. She's going to be the main producer of it, I guess, where they're like Filoni and has his thing. That's going to be her thing. It has some interesting stuff in it. Daphne Keenan is in it. You know, the girl who played X-23. You know, a few other like big names. Lena Headley, I think, is like the showrunner. So she's been upsetting a lot of the fanboys, whether you agree or don't agree with what she's been saying. But I'm still excited about the show. I think it looks kind of cool. At least on paper. Yeah. On paper, it sounds cool. So see if it's executed properly. I just watched the clip and it was them. There you go. I got to rewatch it. I know which one you're talking about, right? Where they're on the whatever, I forgot whatever walker it is. So from the prequels and stuff like that. I gotta watch that. She takes Force lightning to save Quinlan. Yeah, Quinlan Voth. That's who it is. And it's presumed dead. So they're just having her survive that. Yeah. And then you can get Quinlan Voth involved, which he's such a great Jedi that people love, and I don't think we've seen him on screen on the big screen yet. No, in live action, I think the closest we got was in Kenobi. Like, well, it wasn't even him; it was like a message he left for Kenobi.
Yeah, exactly.
Or for other Jedis. I wouldn't say just for Kenobi.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't there.
No, it was like they believe it was Quinlan Voss who left the note, before they go in whatever tunnel. So, yeah. By the way, I finished Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. Nice.
I want to know how you feel about it, but yeah.
Yeah, man. We're gonna reach out to you, Ken, because I know.
Just do
yeah, just do that. But no, we'll reach out because I know the Black Excellence, for February, what we do. So Ken is definitely on our list for that. Let's see. I just don't want the Acolyte to do the same anti-hero thing Sony is doing with Spider-Man villains. I can.
Well, it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, it's a little different. Because I don't see them being anti-heroes. I see them being bad guys. I see them being bad guys that are kind of hiding them doing bad guy stuff. Kind of what the Emperor was doing in the prequels. He's the bad guy, but he was hiding it.
Hiding in plain sight a lot of times. So
yeah. I can see them. That's why it sounds cool on paper. Like Brian said, the concept is interesting. I hope it executes well. Because if not, if this one fails, and seems like it's a KK.
We've been saying this for years. I don't know. I don't know. We've been saying it for years.
I mean, how many times but if it does it, all the other things is like, yeah, she screwed things up, but it made money, and you can always fall back on, but it made a lot of money. If this doesn't get the ratings, I wonder You know,
KK knows she's not gonna take a project on that she can't sell toys. She's too smart for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you get a bunch of like attractive women and like, all right, you're all badasses. Here's a red lightsaber. You know, it's like, you know, and a halfway decent story. Is that enough?
It'll be enough from half the people.
Yeah. So, and Cleve said, "No, it wasn't. My bad. Got my hopes up, man. Got my hopes up." And we got Kyle. What's up, Kyle?
Hello.
How you doing, man? I'll be honored. Yeah, man. We'll reach out. We'll talk to you, man. We'll do that. And just I know a little off topic. The Oscar nominations get announced tomorrow, so we're gonna start our Oscar stuff probably at the end of this week. We'll do 2 movies a week and stuff like that to get ready for the Oscars. So it'll be fun. Gotta sell that merch. That's all Disney is right now, man. Whoever says the cash cow, the green
that's all KK knows how to do, though. That's all she knows how to do. So
it works. It works. I mean, Star Wars has always been good at selling merch, you know, and toys and
merchandising.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
One of the greatest movies ever.
No,
It is.
It's so
I'm
good.
a prince.
Yeah. I know. Polar Knights always. I think you always come in and say this the evolution of beer. Although I am super pissed off, man. My barber kind of made mine crooked. So
just gotta let it go.
Not happy.
It's so
usually in the winter, I like it growing out.
It's so funny when you got a coat on and it's like in the way in the coat. Like I gotta make sure I don't zip it up in my coat.
I used to take it and flip it over and becomes a little scarf.
It's a scarf, exactly.
Yeah. But what's up, Poland? I appreciate you over on Twitch coming and hanging out. Travis said Quinlan made his debut in canon as a background character on Tatooine in the Phantom Menace, who later revealed to be the undercover Jedi. I speculate he'll be used in the 3rd Jedi game. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, the undercover Jedi thing is very cool. Yeah. But I want to see him again. He really got a fan following in between the comics and the books and stuff, and people really, really are digging like Quinlan.
Spaceballs the dog. Hey, the Schwartz, we with you. Spaceballs the flamethrower. It's so good. Oh, my Mel Brooks is also. I love that type of comedy.
They did yeah, Mel Brooks did Blazing Saddles because I know we were just talking about that earlier too. Yeah,
sure did.
Yeah. You got to know. Yeah, he was good. Gene Wilder, you know, Cleveland Little. How you pronounce that?
Oh man,
Cleavon Little.
Yeah, hey, Cleavon, right? Yeah,
I think so.
How do you close Kenobi and Jedi Survivor? Were timeline wise. Wait, with how you closed Kenobi and Jedi Survivor, where timeline wise and how they, how we're crossed over with Hidden Path, seemed inevitable. Voss would probably be the next one. Yeah,
to be used. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of cool. I like that. I haven't finished Jedi Survivor though. I gotta get on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get on that one.
We talk about Spaceballs. All I can think is Lord Helmet.
What's it?
Rick Moranis.
Mm-hmm. Spaceballs is a great one.
Oh man,
that's a classic. Yeah, and you can only do that, I think, with Star Wars. That's like because it's so over the top, silly sci-fi kind of stuff. Like it wouldn't work with some of the other stuff. Yeah, but cool. All right, let's finish this one up. You guys got anything else? Or
nope, I just can't. I'm excited to see Bad Batch and see what we get from it.
Yeah, same. Cool, but we want to hear from you guys. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the Bad Batch, the trailer for the final season. Are you excited? Are you kind of whatever about it? Are you over it? Because season 2 was kind of boring. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know some of your theories, what you think might happen at the end, if who dies, who lives, stuff like that. But we appreciate everyone checking us out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button down below. Helps us out a lot. And you can also, if you want to join the spoiler crew, hit that join button and you can be part of the crew. We're going to be releasing more stuff throughout the year and more perks. So make sure you don't miss out on that. But we appreciate all you guys watching on the replay. If you're watching live, stick around. We got to move on to our next topic.
That's why I said we're going to do all the my comic book reviews and stuff like that. That's going to be members only. We'll do those things. So anytime we do like Spider-Man #1, the Ultimate Spider-Man #1, we'll do that as members only. We'll do all those type of drops, for those reasons. And I thought that was a really good idea. And then when I move back into place, we can do our giveaway.
I did a random one the other day. So I went to Target, and Target, they're doing a big sellout because they're getting rid of all their physical media too. And I wind up getting Hereditary and Midsommar for $5. Blu-ray, digital code, DVD, like the combo, which is awesome. I already had both of them. No, I already had Midsommar on digital, so I wind up giving that code away to a member. So I think Brandon Davis wind up getting it. So I just took a picture, threw it up just for the members to see it, and I'm like, whoever first come, and he got it. So I'll probably do more of that stuff too, like give out random codes to members, just super random. But yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man #1 was fantastic.
It was. I cannot wait to do the review on it. We'll do that sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
Curious to see where they go with
that. It's so awesome. I thought the idea of it was so superb. But also let's talk about so the Black Excellence. I will have the whole list. We will get it started very soon. We only got like a week to get it, to get it started. But I want to release at least 2 videos a week for all Black Excellence for all February, and we will be having that. So I will be reaching out to a lot of you guys to help me out with some of this stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do. So it's kind of hard because I'm gonna be moving, but we'll get as many done before I do that.
Yeah. So he wound up getting it. But February has always been a fun month for our channel because we do the Black Excellence in cinema, which is always like good conversations because we're not just talking about like a review of a movie. We're talking like the importance of the movie or an actor in the movie or both and stuff like that. And then so we got that going on, and we got the Oscar stuff going on, in February going into March. So yeah. L, you're always on time.
Whenever you come on, that was the right time to be here. That's all.
Yep.
That's us winning because you came in. We're winning.
Exactly. Appreciate you coming in. Hickman is my top 5 favorite writers.
I mean, he's doing all the Ultimate series, so I think that's gonna be really interesting to see how he does. I'm interested. I mean, they definitely got me with the idea. If people haven't read it, I'm not gonna tell you what the idea of what they've been doing with Spider-Man, but it's very cool. I'm enjoying that, and I can't wait to see where they go with the second issue. So,
So speaking of comic books, and we were talking about Coates already. The guy who wrote a lot of the great Black Panther stuff. Yep. Let me see if I can pull up this picture. I don't know if I can pull it up or not. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go.
You can do
it. All right. So DC head James Gunn says the J.J. Abrams Superman film is still in development. Shares the difficulties of an open casting call. So this was with the writer for this film was going to be Coates, who's done Black Panther, which is arguably some of the best Black Panther we've got.
The intergalactic empire of Wakanda. He's done a lot of Black Panther.
Yeah, so we get him to do the Superman. That the report was Michael B. Jordan, I believe, was going to be the Superman character. Yeah,
I remember reading that.
Yeah. So it's going to be an Elseworld film, right? And he says it's still in development. Right there. He goes, it was reported that Abrams was producing a Superman reboot with was that how you pronounce the name first name? Tanashi.
Takeshi. I thought it was Takeshi, but that says Tahisi. I thought it was Takeshi.
Yeah, TA, and then there's an N in there. But yeah, Coates attached as a writer, no plot, blah blah blah. It would exist in the alternate universe, not the same one that Gunn is developing, so it would be a completely different one, obviously. But yeah, and then let me see if I don't know if I could maybe blow it up a little bit. So the Jeff Swoop said, did David do a wardrobe test in a different Superman costume like Henry Cavill did? James Gunn said, yes, everyone who screen tested was screen tested in a previous suit, although Dave had a hard time fitting as he's so tall. So and then they asked him, is Abrams' Superman Elseworld project still in development? And he responds, yes. I like that.
That's development cool. Hell, that's the only problem I have. I mean, Black Panther was in development for 20 years, so I don't know. Yeah,
because I believe it started in 2021. Yeah, I think that's what the article said too. Yeah, 2021. So it's only been a couple years, and then that's middle of COVID. Everyone was doing random promises, during then, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I was like, okay, I'm sure you are.
We'll see.
Yeah. But so he said, I've done open casting calls and they're difficult because you got thousands upon thousands of people auditioning and less than 0.1% of them are good as the average actor who comes through the door with with an agent. He posted on Threads, but I wouldn't rule it out completely, perhaps when auditioning someone of a specific type, for instance, which is what he said about it. So
that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, I want to see. First of all, we need to get DC off on the right foot. So I don't even know if any of this holds any weight, because if he ruins his first Superman legacy, none of the stuff is going to end up actually happening.
Mm-hmm. But we already know the first one's not going to make money just because of the Snyder fans. But it doesn't matter if if it's a good movie, and I think if the critics like it and majority of the audience like it, how much of the money problem is going to be a thing?
It's still
because a lot of like the huge Snyder fans are probably already they're well into their hate campaign for it, which could hurt the movie financially, or maybe the trailer is awesome enough that they're like, no, we'll go see it, but knowing them, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Abrams has a following too. I mean, he really does. So I mean, it's possible. James Gunn has a following that when you have your own followers, sometimes your fans will come out and support you. So I mean, we could see what happens. Honestly, James Gunn, as long as he doesn't say it doesn't matter, maybe they make money. They might have made more money if he didn't say it didn't matter before. So I'm just saying. Yeah. These are opportunities that you can have.
Yeah. So I went on Screen Rant. I got a couple more things. Abrams' Superman movie project was revealed all the way back in February 2001, meaning it will almost been 3 years since the initial announcement in February. It was revealed that Warner Brothers was looking to focus on the black version of Krypton's Last Son. Abrams would be producing the movie through his Bad Robot production company, and the goal was to find a black director to helm it, which was Michael B. Jordan, I believe. Was like,
the director too.
I know his name was attached to this. I don't know as the director or as the.
I always thought he was
the character,
Superman, but
yeah, but he could do. I mean, he could do both because he did both for
Creed.
Creed, yeah,
and Creed 3.
So, yeah. So it's still focused on Kyle, aka Clark Kent, but just as an Elseworld. So I'm cool with that. And also, it was like you want to talk about like reputations that are following. Coates has a following. We talked about him earlier today.
Yes, he does.
And I didn't even. I completely forgot he was part of this whole thing, So, yeah, so it was kind of. I thought this was kind of dead in the water. I'm like, oh well, that's it, because this was before the full change. But if it's an Elseworld, I mean, it kind of is. with James Gunn saying it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter in the sense of it.
I always have a coach somewhere close to me. No matter what, just I have a coach somewhere.
Random somewhere. Yeah. What's it? Michael B. Jordan's mustache will direct.
It does have a life of its own now at this point in time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but he said, was this still said to be in active development before Gunn revealed an update in May 2023 that he hadn't read a script yet. So, but this is from a few days ago, I think. Like this chat, because this is like a new article that's been coming out. This was published 14 hours ago. This article.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, it's like new. It's like new. So yeah. So I'm glad it's still out there. It still could. Sounds like it's going to be a thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah. If they do well with this Elseworld stuff, I'll be cool with that.
Mama Bear, you are right. That is true.
Let's see what she say. The two Black Superman movies were discussed at the same time. Michael B. Jordan does have a mystery movie coming out with the Black Panther director with Ryan Coogler.
Ryan
Coogler is supposed to be doing the movie, and Michael B. Jordan is supposed to be the star of that movie.
And they're looking for a director. They specifically said a Black director. Michael B. Jordan could definitely play Superman.
It's all coming together, guys.
That's
all
interesting.
coming together.
Usually no. Well, I was like, would Ryan Coogler be connected or be obligated to stay with Marvel? But usually directors aren't. They don't sign contracts like how actors do. That's interesting. That is super interesting. But they said a different genre, right?
Yeah,
a different genre movie, and this will be a genre that they both did already twice. Yeah, with Black Panther 1 and 2.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be just like a smoke screen, like or different genre with DC. I don't know if they want to do something like that, but that'd be interesting.
I don't know. I just hope that we see something coming out of it.
Yeah,
because things stay in development forever. As I said, Black Panther was being developed in the 90s. Yeah. We didn't get to 2017, right? I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, right now, James Gunn can promise a lot of stuff. We'll see. Like you said, Brian, it's all got to start off good. Yeah. But I mean, that might be a thing. It's like, hey, you want all these other projects I'm promising, then support the start of it. Like that might be a trick. Whether it works or not, see. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll be willing to try it out though. I know that.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. I gave the DCEU a solid chance. I've seen all those movies. So all right, let's see what's going on with chat. Michael B. Jordan wanted to be Val Zod. Yeah.
That's exactly what I heard. Val Zod.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I think it's Val Zod that Superman. So I'll see that too. Yeah. Dre Max Show said, as long as Michael B. Jordan leaves the Action Jackson mustache at home, be cool.
Just trim it a little bit. That's all I'm saying. He got the Steve Harvey mustache, man. You need to chill. You don't hurt. You broke up. Stop trying to look like her dad. We don't need that. We don't need that mustache too much, man. Come on, it's enough.
Not Abrams was looking at a Black Kyle. Not Abrams was looking. Okay. Not with Abrams. Okay. There you go. Guns fans didn't show for Suicide Squad. Yeah, but it was still COVID, and you still had the stink of the first Suicide Squad.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
And DC hasn't done well in movie theaters.
Yeah. It was, and I think it didn't even get a full run because they didn't go to like HBO Max pretty quick. So I think hopefully a year off would definitely help. For Marvel and DC actually. So just have one movie, and I think DC has nothing, right?
Besides
the animated
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, at least not right now. Yeah.
So, which would probably be best for just the genre anyway. So.
Well, DC can't start until Gunn puts his first movie out.
Yeah, well, I think Creature Commandos is. I think he said is the start, right? Is the start of it, but Superman's gonna be.
That's supposed to be. Yeah, and that's supposed to be at the later part of this year. Creature Commandos.
Yeah, is it this year?
Yeah,
I
that's what I was reading.
Wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's towards the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if they push it, to next year and then start a year. 2025 is the beginning of DC, DCU. Kenny said, I've always considered JJ to be just a remix director. He only remakes things that we already made and adds lens flares.
I can see that.
You're not wrong.
I like him, but I can, I'd buy that.
Yeah. I mean, it started off Lost great, and then it got lost.
They got too complicated for anyone without a doctorate to really understand.
Even then, man, it's like you can only ask questions for so long before and before you're like, okay, I need an answer. How about another question? Like, stop. Like, what the fuck? Like, end some stories. It didn't even end stories. It just moved on.
Yeah.
Like, what about that polar bear? What polar bear? What? Like, I don't even know. Did they ever explain what the polar bear was?
No.
Okay. I'm so glad I stopped watching that show. I would have got pissed.
Because the smoke and the polar bear, we still really don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Dre Max show. I do like the Elseworld movies. Look at the Batman, the Joker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's a rumor I saw going around. It wasn't from a reliable source. But they said in the Batman, they want to bring in Robin, which doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Because if Batman just started being Batman,
how are you gonna have a Robin?
He's gonna bring a Robin in.
Yeah.
But I love Robin, so yeah, cool. Like, I'm cool with it. But on a timeline, it doesn't make any sense. But whatever. But yeah, both of those are money makers. So,
yeah,
the Elseworld stuff could be pretty cool. Michael, he would Valzad, not Black Clark. Yeah. He's been done during the DCU era. It would have been neat to had they done a group of films set after Superman dies, showing people who get powers. Michael B. Jordan being Steel. I don't know.
Jordan being Steel. Would be an improvement over Shaq.
I mean, anybody would be at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. The Suicide Squad was released in theaters and HBO Max the same day, but there you go. Yeah, so yeah, those never.
That's why you wouldn't have a good number. You wouldn't have a good number. Why would I go to the movie theater to see it when I could see it at home?
Yeah.
Although it didn't hurt Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, but that's one of those weird things where the fandom it is so giant, and they want to go see it in theaters. So, I can see Michael Jai White remaking Action Jackson.
He's so old, though. I mean, you can't tell, but yeah, he's old.
Kylo's great. Yeah, I bet.
Kylo's hilarious.
Didn't care for Suicide Squad 2. Only one I was like, ew. Really? I like that better than the first one. I think it had the right vibes.
Yeah, but I think the movie was better in the first one. It just didn't follow what Suicide Squad is supposed to do. Like, you made a better movie, but it wasn't Suicide Squad. It was Will Smith as Will Smith. Smith.
Will Smith with guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you in number 2, you're like, oh, here's not Will Smith with guns. So yeah. Lost was great. They did explain about the did they explain about the polar bear?
Only thing that I know about the polar bear is that they were brought to the island as an experiment by the Dharma Project is what I remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, but it was that doesn't even make any sense because then it's all purgatory, wasn't it, or something stupid like that?
Yeah, so the ending didn't make a lot of sense to everything. So
you can't say what about the polar bear, JJ. I don't know, man. Shit happens sometimes. Although JJ is usually really good at starting a story, not good at ending a story. Star Wars. Although the Star Wars we were gonna get from him would have been good, and I'm so pissed off he didn't stay all three. Like we could have got a good prequel or sequel series, but I did like the Star Trek. He did all three of them. They're good. Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, Cumberbatch's Khan I thought was great. I was like, how are they gonna do him as Khan? Like he doesn't look like how Khan looked in the old movie. I'm like, oh, that was really well done. So
that brings it back to Book of Clarence.
Oh, does it?
It's in so many ways.
Oh, okay. All right. You heard of the show called From? I heard it's a mystery show also.
Yeah, it's with Harold Perrineau, aka Link from the Matrix, aka Augustus Hill from Oz.
I don't think I've seen that one or heard of it.
Oh, you ever heard of From? Yeah.
I'll have to look it up. For me, JJ takes tired things and brings it back to why you like them to begin with, taking it back to basics with practicality and energy. Yeah. That's why I liked The Force Awakens. I don't love it. I don't think it's not the greatest Star Wars film, but I liked what they did with kind of like, oh, we're gonna restart the story, but with new characters and different purposes. I'm like, okay, I'm digging that. I like that. I see where you're going with it, and it all depended on what 2 and 3 did, but obviously,
they screwed the pooch with that.
Yeah, Rian Johnson effed it all up. And even now you have all these actors. Daisy Ridley is coming out and saying that they didn't know they're Ben what's his name? Donald Driver came out and said, he goes, oh yeah, we were supposed to do this, and I was gonna have this arc, and I was gonna be even more of a bad guy, and then all that happened. And he goes, when did it change? Oh, in the second one. I was like, oh yeah, great, thanks. Fucking ruined Star Wars. So, Robin sucks, but Nightwing is homie. I get why people don't like the first Robin or Dick, but yeah, Nightwing is awesome.
Most
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson's awesome.
Yeah, I like it because he's the only motherfucker that stood up to Batman when no one else would have. He goes, the dude trained you, like he made sure you were educated. You went to school. He brought you in as a family member. At the end, you're like, fuck you. I'm going to do my own shit. But then eventually he comes back and is part of the family. And he's the only one that Bruce really trusts. Because when I die, you're replacing me. Well, what about your son? Fuck him, you're replacing me.
No, it's like he probably the one to kill me. Talking about
exactly.
Yeah. He probably killed me. We talking about
double check on that. You're not wrong. No, Damien had a good arc. I like his arc.
Yeah.
And Star Trek arc. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. No, I was saying I came to warm up to Damien over time. I thought he was a little bastard early on, which I still do, but
he still is.
Yeah.
Him with the Teen Titans. Him with the Teen Titans is great because it's kind of like repeating as like, oh, we're this great family and we love each other, and here you come this murderous little asshole. Like, oh, we don't beat people to death? Like, no. Yeah, he was a little shit. Star Wars great, yeah. Walt's dad from Lost. I do, yeah. Well, he's in the From thing.
Yep, he is.
Suicide Squad 2 trash. Rats and the Starfish shaking my head really. Polka Dot was funny. That's it. Yeah, they muffled Harley all that acting talent was wasted on rats and starfish. But that's what Suicide Squad is. It's a goof. You know, they're kind of rejected.
Yeah, but it wasn't a good movie. It wasn't done greatly. But
Number 2?
I think it was a good movie. I wouldn't watch it like just because of like the movie part of it. You know, it wasn't like great scenes and all that stuff. It was just funny. It felt the right theme. I felt like it was the right feeling when I watched the movie for Suicide Squad. But I wouldn't think it was a movie I would go back and want to watch multiple times. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, what he did with Wrecker was, or Rat Master, whatever the hell that character's name was. It was kind of what he was trying to do with Ratcatcher. That's what he was trying to do with Rocket in Guardians 3. You know, it was like, oh, you're gonna think this character's stupid and then feel sad and
but we didn't care about it yet.
The Ratcatcher? Yeah, when she told that super sad story in the bus.
Yeah, you can't compare that to Rocket because we had 2.
No, yeah, of course.
And you're a leader and all that stuff. You can't do it. It's not a payoff. It's the payoff too soon.
Yeah,
too soon.
Yeah. Well, that's why but also he knew he was gonna do like a few movies with Guardians. With Suicide Squad, I think he thought it was gonna be like a one and done.
And he was right.
I don't think, yeah. So you got to pay it off. And then Starro is a pretty crazy OP'd character in the comics, which is stupid. But yeah. That's why these movie titles are getting longer. Where rainwater freezes over the sand grains. What movie is that from? Oh man. And Dre Max said Titans, that sucky DC TV show pissed me off. Football Nightwing. No, that sucked ass, man. That whole
the Titans thing, I don't know what the hell they're doing with that thing.
Yeah,
TNT thing, the Titans, I had no idea what the hell they do.
That was
HBO Max. I'm sorry, HBO Max.
Yeah, his suit looked cool when he was dressed up as Robin. I'm like, okay, that looks cool. Nightwing suit was kind of cool. Some of the other suits were cool. Starfire was just stupid from the beginning. Like, I'm like,
it looks terrible. I mean, what are you doing? Oh my god!
You know, even when they
especially in the first season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was not good. But yeah, it had some moments. But overall, it was just like, I'm good. I'm with Kyle. That Suicide 2 sucked. Real talk. Both were trash. Both. Yeah. Number 1 was bad. Number 2 is not the greatest movie ever. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's a good story. It's fine with for Suicide Squad, but it's not a good movie. Like I want to enjoy watching it again.
No, I thought it was at least a fun movie. You know, I bought it. Usually, I don't buy any DC movies. I bought Suicide Squad 2 or the Suicide.
I haven't seen it again. I've never seen it again.
No,
there's no need. Not for me.
Like think from your Robin take that Brat sounds like Tommy Guns from Rocky. Chin check Robin. Yeah. Birds of Prey was trash.
Yeah.
The
emancipation of Harley Quinn. I
didn't hate it as much as other people did. Like people were like just bashed it, but it wasn't great.
You know what's funny? I've seen that three times.
Yeah,
I've only seen Suicide Squad once.
Should watch it again, man. I think it's good. Like I said, it's not great, but it's good.
It pissed me off. The Rat Guy and Polka Dot Man and all that stuff.
Oh, Polka Dot Man's awesome. Polka Dot Man's got a effed up backstory.
Well, that's more the comic to do with what I saw in the movie.
In the movie, he has a fucked up backstory. I don't know anything about him in the comic book. In the
you didn't know Polka? Okay.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, like King Shark, I know a little bit, but that's even a weird version of King Shark, which is funny because that was Steve Agee as it was like the body double, But the Harley Quinn subplot with the Warlord dude fell out of place and went way too long. It did, yeah. It was just like it should have been much quicker. It should have been like an in and out thing, but they needed a Harley Quinn subplot because like the movie wasn't about her this time. So, like, oh, we gotta do Harley Quinn somewhere. That's like, I feel that was like a Warner Brothers thing. Like, we gotta sell her.
Yeah, because they were trying to like push her to be the basically like the face of like at one point they were talking like they were going to try to make her the face of the entire franchise.
Yeah.
You know,
And then it
luckily. Oh, what's that? I'm sorry.
And then it died, luckily. So
yeah.
Then it died down, and then it was directionless, and then The Rock wanted the hierarchy of power of the DC universe to change, and that didn't work out.
It did. I mean,
it
died.
It did just
the hierarchy
not the way
it did.
Yeah,
and I still blame James Gunn. Everyone wants to blame everyone but James Gunn.
That movie was gonna fail no matter what because that was a shitty movie.
Yeah. I blame it too.
It was.
There's no way you can say like that's not that bad, and the Suicide Squad is bad.
Yeah.
It was better than the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Black Adam just
makes 3 times the amount of money. So I mean, there's ways I could say it.
Black Adam just didn't.
Did you know that Aquaman 2 is almost at $400 million?
Yeah, all international. All international.
Yep. And
like
because James Gunn ruined it all for all the states.
Black Adam just didn't really need a movie at all, and the direction they went with it just unfortunately just wasn't the right way to go.
During the time that was coming out, $400 million is a lot of money. If you look at the other movies around it, that were released at the same time, and then you compare it to the rest of the DC movies that came out afterwards, $400 million is a lot of money compared to those things. So I'm not going to piss on it. I'm just not.
I mean, it sucked. It was not a good movie. That's a movie I watched twice, and then I'm like, I'm good. I'm done. Like it was, it sucked.
Besides the annoying kid, I didn't think it was terrible.
The Rock wasn't great.
Yeah.
I say it on The Rock. I say he was The Rock. He was fine. He's The Rock. Stop hating on greatness.
And unfortunately, that was the problem. The Rock should have been playing Black Adam. He just played a superpowered version of himself, and he was only interested in fighting
superpower version of himself. Do you not know The Rock has superpowers? Put some respect on his name. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, he can now make a movie magically bomb. So
you say it's bombing, but it was the best one that they've had. Period. So all the rest of the DC was awful.
Was it though?
Yes.
money wise, yes.
Money wise, it literally triples any other thing they got.
Yeah.
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 The behind. I would have watched the movie about the behind the scenes stuff with that movie, with like The Rock like vetoing Shazam cameos and not wanting the JSA to show up in
the movie. The thing that I hate is the widow's peak in the ears. That pissed me off. But like
because he couldn't take a hit to his ego, man. He couldn't take a hit to his ego.
But that's not the movie. That's just him, though. I mean,
just the characterization of Black Adam. Even when we have depowered Black Adam, he like mows down like a bunch of like a bunch of heavily armed dudes like he's John Wick or some shit. Like, lay your ego aside for a minute, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, like even the
well,
but bad movie, not necessarily. It's
not a bad movie. That's what people say is a bad movie. I'm like, it's not a bad movie. Is it a great movie? Not even in the least, but it's not a bad movie. It's not. I walked out saying, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's a movie that just didn't need to exist. Yeah. And if it did need to exist, like just go all in if you're going to make a Black Adam movie and just make him do questionable things.
Now that I agree with, and make him be a bad guy.
Yeah,
he couldn't, because Rock's ego wouldn't allow it, because he had to be the center of the attention. This whole thing was going to reset it with him being the center of the DC universe, and
Yeah,
it failed,
and
and he
like,
blames it on everything else, which is super shitty of The Rock.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You acting like COVID didn't happen. Like you acting like this stuff didn't exist. You're like, let's just blame The Rock. Like, no, this shit did happen.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying money wise, movie wise. Critics said it was bad.
It would be even more money if it came out not during COVID time. So like we're talking about if it made $392 million, whatever. What if it made $700 million? There's the highest grossing movie that DC has ever seen.
I don't think it would have. The thing, he even told you Superman's going to be in it. He's like, Superman's in this movie. Come on, Snyder fans, you still want the Snyderverse? And that couldn't even get it sold. So,
but it was still during COVID.
It didn't matter. So was Dune, and Dune made a bunch of money.
No,
and Dune came out.
How much money do you think Dune made? Yeah, go check. You guys are making points. I'm like,
$402 million.
Exactly.
And it
made $10 million more.
But it was released the same day. So you didn't.
What does that have to do with $10 million more?
It was released the same day. Can you The Rock
$10 million
wasn't
more?
released on what?
So it made $10 million.
You're saying
more.
It was made on COVID, but then if COVID was the problem, then it should have made more money, right? Because this movie also released during COVID and on HBO Max at the same time, and it still made $400 million. How did it make that much money?
Let's
look
at all the other movies.
You could have watched it at home.
Because if we talk about, then we look at all the other movies that came out during that time. So I mean, no, I'm telling you that honestly, it would have made more money if it wasn't COVID. So that would have been possible. And it's not saying this is a great movie. It was not a great movie, but it wasn't a terrible movie. It was just wasn't Black Adam.
It wasn't a good movie. Yeah. It was not a good movie.
It was not.
It wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't say it was a good movie. I didn't say it was. It's not a bad movie.
A little bit above the Birds of Prey movie for me. It was a little bit above the Birds of Prey movie for me. Aquaman, I think, was better. Blue Beetle was better. I mean,
Blue Beetle made $5. So I mean, why are we even?
Yeah.
It made $5 right now.
But by then it was already.
And that's not COVID at all.
No, that was J.J. Abrams or not J.J.
No, James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah. But this was like, I think he tried putting so much of the attention, like, I'm gonna reboot it, I'm gonna take over the DCU, which he even said that's what he wanted to do. And I think
him being
he didn't do it right.
Whatever. Being The Rock. But
if it would have done well,
the movie was just okay. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. The kid was super annoying, but it wasn't like awful.
The best thing was the side characters were better.
Yeah, Hawkman and Dr. Fate were awesome.
And two of the side characters.
It made $392 million, and COVID caused it to make less money than it would have made. That's all my point.
I don't think so.
I almost guaranteed you, because it was like the first one, it would have made more money in non-COVID. If it made that much, it would have made more. It would have made $500 million.
You couldn't even get the Snyder fanboys that out.
No one did.
But that's you're telling people, like, you want this to survive, then come out and check it out, because your Superman's going to be in it. And
no one has come in. The Snyder people have come in, and also it still was during COVID. So like I'm saying, if it wasn't during COVID, it would have made more money. And that's not even a hard thing to even think about. It just would have made more, because people were afraid to go to the movie theater. So like it's just logical. People were afraid to go.
It's the same year, 2022, that Top Gun was released. The same year Wakanda Forever was released. The same year Avatar: Way of Water was released. Minions: Rise of Gru, Batman,
all those movies would have made more money if it wasn't released during COVID.
Top Gun made $1 billion.
I think at that point things were kind of starting to feel normal again in the world.
Yeah, Black Adam came out in October. Top Gun came out in May, beginning of the year. So 2022, COVID was pretty much over, quote unquote over. You know,
People were the numbers were never the same. I'm just saying non-COVID, it would have made more money. It would.
I don't think so.
Okay, then nothing.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, you're right. All right, whatever.
You got Top Gun came out and made a bunch of money. You know, it was like the same thing
during the summertime, and then one during November when COVID came back again. But, okay, whatever.
Black Panther Forever, number 2 movie that came out in November.
Yes, and
Avatar: Way of Water, December. So you got a summer and a winter one.
So we're going to talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. There's other issues that are going to be with it, but yes, it made
number 2.
It made half as much money as the first one. So like
I'm not comparing it to the first one.
But I didn't like it at all. That's what I'm saying.
Comparing
like,
it to just dollars, money.
You lose money because people did not go see the movies. It's the same way. It's just what it is. They did not. They were not going back in droves going to go see the movies. It wouldn't make sense.
2 made more money.
My mother, my kids, a lot of them would not go into a movie theater.
I mean,
people don't go to the movie theater sometimes. He would have made more money with some of that stuff. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't like.
I'm at.
It was released too late, or was it released too early in the year?
I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, people going around. It just COVID, whatever.
Yeah, Al Black Adam woke up speaking clear English was beyond me. Yeah, you can explain that comic book shit.
Yeah,
was it the wisdom of
comic book?
Wisdom of Solomon or whatever it was called?
Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he should have had a little feet. He should have had the ears. He should have been a villain. That's not saying anything. It's not a great movie. It's not a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where it is.
All the movies much older than 2022.
And if you read up on the behind the scenes stuff, the fact that The Rock just wanted to completely ignore any connection to Shazam, and wanted to jump straight into Superman because clearly he wanted to fight Superman. He was hyping that up like it was one of his wrestling matches.
Yeah.
In a fight that he probably would not have lost anyway. Like, I'm curious
he should have
to know like
but he thought that wasn't going to make him more money, so that's why he chose Superman.
Yeah,
wasn't the right move, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things that were wrong. So like arguing about the movie, like the movie was just the movie. Did he make bad moves? Did he make bad decisions? Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to. Yeah. Well, he even said he was trying to take over, and then before James Gunn was the guy, like he wanted to take over, And
and
I don't fault anyone's ambition. I don't feel ever. I'm never going
trying.
To fault anyone.
Yeah, no, for trying. Yeah.
So trying to make those decisions, I just don't care. It just didn't work.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure no one wanted a DC universe centered around Black Adam of all characters.
You try to do something, it's fine. I'm not going to knock your hustle. I'm just not. That's just not.
Yeah.
It.
I gotta respect the hustle too, but it was more like it was just for. Not saving a universe not saving a dwindling universe, and just kind of more, he just kind of wanted to enhance his brand.
Kenny.
Yeah. That's why he couldn't play Black Adam as a villain or an anti-hero because he kind of feared it would tarnish his brand.
Mm-hmm.
He's
the same way why he can't lose a fight in a movie.
Yeah.
So I understand. Once you get to a certain level, I don't. Hulk Hogan didn't do it when he was a wrestler. Like he just that's just once you've made a certain level, you're not going to ask to do. I just don't knock someone else's hustle. I'm not going to be upset with someone else's hustle.
If
I don't care.
Definitely not.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Yeah. That's fine. I'm not going to knock someone's hustle. That's just
I'm saying if he didn't try, I would have been more upset because The Rock is that kind of person. Is like he goes all in. It was like if I'm going to be in the DC, then I want to own the DC.
Yeah,
Same thing with the XFL. Like look what you do with the XFL.
And now you got UFL. So you got the UFL now. So I mean, I
does
don't.
he?
Yes,
yeah,
the USFL. He bought the USFL.
Yeah.
So like, I don't knock his hustle. So I don't care. It's fine. It did work. No. Was it a terrible? No, it wasn't terrible either. But it could have been great. So it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here because I know everyone's already kind of calling it a night. Get me and Brian arguing again. You're excited for Michael Jackson? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to wait to see a trailer.
I want to see a trailer. Yeah, the picture looked cool. I'll give it that. Picture looked really cool.
I'm going to look at the picture.
Yeah, it's him like in an empty room doing like on his tippy toes kind of look.
Who's playing Michael Jackson?
Somebody related to him, I think.
Is this
wait,
nephew?
It's something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now it's coming back. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wait for a trailer.
You gotta do it right. You can't just doing stuff with Michael Jackson. You just can't be doing that. So it's gonna be.
If it's family, I feel it'll be a little bit more tasteful though. Like, because obviously he's not gonna allow him.
Lies.
I mean,
I mean on both sides. Yeah,
everything be sugar coated and yeah.
No, he just wanted to be a boy, and he just loved Never Neverland, and that's why he named all the kids. Like it's somewhere in between, guys.
If they friendly it up like that, because that's why I didn't really like the movie Notorious. Christopher Wallace, talented as he was not a very good person. He sold drugs to pregnant people, to pregnant women, and that sort of thing. And they just make him like, they make him they friendly that character up. So yeah,
I was thinking more about when you're talking about what's it? NWA. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hating, man. I like the Rock's hustle, man. Like he's
I mean, it is what it is. Like I feel like the answer is, it didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm not knocking him for trying to take over.
You want to try to do it? Hey, bro, fine.
Yeah.
You don't do it. Your fault.
Oh yeah,
you can't take over and write a line of being a bad guy and a good guy.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah, like I definitely respect the hustle for sure, but like, dude, not everything's meant for you to storm in and take over. Kind of feel like that. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's him and Vin Diesel both had to be the top dog for the Fast movies. And that's not just The Rock. That was Vin too, not wanting to play ball, and then Fast X I think kind of underperformed, and then Black Adam underperformed, and that's when they came crawling back to each other.
Help me! Yeah, even the Hobbs and Shaw, they both signed a contract that they have to win equally the same amount.
Yeah,
because that's what that's what your thing is.
Yeah,
you don't want to lose. So I mean, once again, I don't hate that.
If you do it right, I think Hobbs and Shaw did it right, where it's got to be silly and over the top, and it was, and if you're gonna get your ass kicked, then have it be by Idris Elba, that is Superman at that point, So, and even then, they still win.
You still win.
Yeah, so
I win.
I liked Hobbs. I liked Hobbs and Shaw. I thought it was.
I thought Hobbs and Shaw was fun.
It was fun. It was a fun ride. It was goofy, over the top and stuff, and
it's just like Big Daddy, where they say the little kid says, "What's the name of the game?" The game is I win. Everyone who's going to be a star, they want to win that game. They want to play the game. I win. So that's I have no problem when you want to do that either. Whatever.
Yeah.
You win. You win. Cool.
Yeah. All right. I think I don't know, I missed a bunch of comments, but let's get out of here. Jimmy Presley is fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us, man. Thank you guys so much. If
Thanks,
you
everyone.
want to join, make sure you join the spoiler crew. You know, we get your chats prioritized if me and Brian aren't arguing and avoiding chat. So sorry about that, guys. But yeah, appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Mama Bear, Brandon, Kyle, Matt Film, all you guys. Ken Sparks, thank you. But appreciate you guys. We will be back on Thursday. Talking what do we do on Thursdays? Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson. I was like, what else we do? Percy Jackson and some other stuff and stuff like that. So but cool. Appreciate you guys. I said that way too much. That's how you know I'm tired. Let's get out of here.
See you guys.
Later, everyone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.